Is Baker Jr. the marvelous producer?
My name is Lucas Bear Jr. This is how we would like to extend some words of appreciation to Honorable Matthew J. Zarzar for the plenary ammonia bracket 2 for bringing us this far.
Oh my God, yo! Well, I'm on Prince you are doing. Yeah, put this way. What about this way? Second this way. Second this way. About Zarzar, you. Zarzar, man, you. Only tell you. So
Mr. Moses G. Plenary. Moses Fine, Maestro of Child Bishop. Eastern Tony, 20. Liberian Tony. Then you go do. Odita Nato. Moses To. S-Town. Ellis Where? Pine. Sister Liberian. Francis Bayon. Stanley Wablo. Nelson Chilo. Hector Black. Second District. Viva District. Tajabon District. Jericho. Bayan District. Let us stand to support our father Maviji Zarzar comes 2023.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the late edition of Voices SINOE in the Diaspora. With that SINOE Esoteric, coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, in these United States of America. Let me see. I want to do a quick sound check here, so you probably will get a feedback from my end here. So I want to make sure my sound is good. You probably will get a feedback from my end here. So I want to make sure my sound is good. All right, good. I think I have a pretty good sound there. I don't want to be talking by myself. Okay, wonderful. Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you find yourself around the globe. Welcome to Osato County premier platform, The Voices SINOE. In the diaspora with Sayondee Esoteric. All right, let's see. All right, so it's a wonderful show. We have been off the platform since the wonderful, fantastic National Convention. This is our first show on the platform. We are back. We are not going nowhere. We are here to stay. To provide the needed education for our people. Excuse me, I want to put my headphone on here. All right, so we are here to provide the needed education to our people. We are not going anywhere anytime soon. All right, so please, as you join the show, do me a big favor, share the show for me. I also want you to do me another big favor besides sharing on Facebook. I want you to go to our YouTube page. It's the name on the account on YouTube is Madison Freeman. MADISON FREEMAN. That's our YouTube page. Go on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube page. We got fantastic, wonderful videos out there that you will benefit from. And please, when you go there, again, subscribe and hit the notification button on it, so that when we publish new video, you will know. But don't. I mean, we need more viewers because, like the convention, for example, that we covered, and people were asking, "Oh, you're not going live on YouTube?" And because we don't have the required number of people, because YouTube it requires that you have at least 1,000 subscribers, all right, in order to go live on YouTube. You know, some people want to watch the show from their living room on their big screen TV and stuff like that. So imagine all my followers, the members of the United Support Association, for example, the citizens of Sayondee County. I got like on my Facebook page, I have 1,000+ followers. Yeah, everyone can go on YouTube and subscribe. We will get that number, that magic number, and we will go live uh, on on YouTube so you can get the latest, you know. So, but do that for us. We'll highly appreciate it. All right, again, wonderful show coming your way this evening. Sorry, we didn't come. Our normal show time is 3 p.m. Eastern, but we had to improvise. You know, other things got in the way today, and that's why we are coming to you this late. But late is better than never. We can't pile up the information and people and some of the followers are listening before, like, oh, the show too long and stuff of that nature. And so we're trying to truncate the longevity of the show. And so we're going to improvise every time we have the time, but our show time remains the same, which is 3 p.m. Monday. All right, Eastern time, 3 p.m. We can't change that time, but today, since we came from the convention, it's been a while, and so I just thought I could talk to you this evening. All right, let's get to the major things, things that we want to talk about. We have four major things on the platform tonight on the show. All right, so those are following. Want to welcome all the viewers. Seeing Nathaniel Gate Jr., my man, one of the guys that actually can share the show. A lot of people will follow and they can share. It's just simple. You hit the share button. That's it. You don't have to pull in different groups. All I want you to do is just share it on your page. And also go to our YouTube page and subscribe. YouTube Madison Freeman. That's the name. Go and subscribe. Hit the notification button and you are good. The bell there, hit it, and all will be good. You'll be in the know of everything that we do on Voice of Sayondee. All right. Yeah. So Nathaniel, welcome. Otello, Grisby, how you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. Our Vice President, Florida chapter, Miss Emilia Tijana, thanks for joining us. Reverend Jackson Commode, thanks for following us, sir. And I'm not seeing all of you. Brightness, superstar, this is the First Lady of Voice of Sayondee. We want to welcome you on the platform. All of you, I can see all of you. So I want to grace on of the soil. Thanks for the show always. Okay, thank you, Reverend. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get to our agenda here for the show tonight on VOSD. All right, we're going to start with the USAA Wonderful Convention. That's the first thing. So I want to do USAA's 32nd annual convention in review. If you are an ardent somebody who follows a Voice of Sayondee religiously or unreligiously, you would have seen or you have seen the wonderful, fantastic, the first time in the history of the United Support Association or have such convention. It was extraordinary. Uh, New things were introduced. The Myers Money administration, you can tell that the main business uh, uh, people came from everywhere. I mean, people that we are not seeing before, and they are coming, the governors and beyond the Myers Money administration. And so this last convention, the recent convention we had, it tells me that the people of the United Support Association, they are ready for business. The convention tells me uh, people are sick of division. They are sick of conflict. The convention, the turnout, it tells me that the people are ready for development. They are ready for real business inside the county. The people, from the turnout, from the attendance, from the convention, it is crystal clear that the plight of our people, of our people back in Liberia, our members and non-members are putting the plight of the people first. It is not about individual interests or sectional interests. It's about the agenda of the organization. The United Cyprus Association in Americas, the organization, people are saying, oh, the people are divided, but it doesn't show. I mean, the convention proves all the naysayers, the skeptics, otherwise, because people came from, I mean, people that have not attended any convention before. I mean, they came from every state. The building that we had, especially the ball, there was no space. The 4 days, the full 4 days that we were in North Dakota, from the welcome party to the deliberation to all the various stages of the convention, it was packed. Imagine we had a welcome party on Thursday, and the hall, the building was no space for in the building. People came from, I mean, imagine people came from work and they came. And so a message was sent to skeptics, to doubters, to the Thomases, the people that believe in consistent division. It's a totally different ball game, this convention. And so we are moving forward. Anybody that you see out there that throwing tantrums, the union prove the convention demonstrated something on the contrary. It is clear that the people, they are not with few elements that are angry. They came on board and a huge amount of money was raised. All right. I'm just doing a little overview here. I'll give you an overview because I am the secretary, even though I'm not giving you the full meanings of the convention, right? But I just want to give you the highlights from the convention. I will play a little bit of the annual address of the president. Wonderful address. She detailed some of the things she has done and things that she wants to implement moving forward. All right. So, but the convention first, the first day again, which was meet and greet, it was wonderful. People came around, they had fun. Day 2, we went to straight into business. The agenda of the organization. So that day 2 was deliberation, and where we discussed the issues pertinent to the growth and development of the organization. Unfortunately, it was agreed that it shouldn't be discussed on camera, and so we took it off camera. But it was a wonderful, professional discussion. We have every facet of the administration, the Department of the Treasury, the Secretariat, the Committee on Policy and Ethics. I mean, different things that the president set up. Everybody did their job. And the people were given the opportunity to rigorously ask the tough question, to crisscross and cross-pollinate with the leadership. There was no sign of cantankerousness or anger and people trying to tell, oh, I am the boss. No. It came a time where even the members in the audience, they said, one of the spokesperson saying, the leadership, as a matter of fact, you have to focus on us because we are the many people. Those of you, the board members and the executive members, you have had series of teleconferences, you have deliberated, you have discussed. It is our time to opine on what you have said to us. And so we obliged. The president was chairing per the Constitution. She was the presiding officer. And she gave the people the opportunity. They asked the tough questions. Imagine all the people coming from all over the globe and the questioning. And what the president did that was unique, she was not spearheading the answering the question she alone, because she compartmentalized the whole team. So if there's something that has to do with the Treasury, she will call Agnes Blair or Donna Singh or Ernest Farley and say, okay, I'll address that question and present the evidence to the people. And that was done. They called the Honorable Secretary General of the Union to give the previous meeting, convention meetings, something that had not been done before. It was the first of its kind for us to go to convention to have prior convention meetings read to the people. That tells you there's something different. It's called revolution, has come within the United Cyprus Association. And so we read the meanings brilliantly. By the time we finished reading the whole hall, everybody stood up, standing ovation. Yes, they gave some critiques. We rectified those things, and we are learning. So that's how we do it as a people. We don't go to the people and then when they ask questions, then you're angry. Oh, you're asking plenty of questions. I'm the president. I am the board chair. Whatever I say, it goes. No. And so we are seeing different things now coming in the USA. Now, the board night after this, it went the discussion, okay, the deliberation, what are some of the things that we achieved? From there, somebody will be asking, well, there are a lot of good things. The organization, since it was established, we have never had national policy on bereavement and those things. When somebody is sick, what we should do and those things. It has never been done before. But at this year's convention, the Policy and Ethics Committee, the president set up a committee, and the committee went to work headed by the Grand Bodier, widow of Jadian, or widow of Julius Jarrett, and they crafted a brilliant, beautiful document presented to the General Assembly. It was scrutinized, and at the end of the day, the policy or policies were approved by the General Assembly. And so sooner rather than later, the Secretariat will send out the resolutions to the various presidents of the chapters, various chapters in the Union. And so that the resolutions from the convention will be distributed among the members, because that's something we articulated ad nauseam during prior administrations, and they didn't listen to us. I would say that you have these various chapters, they have secretaries. All you have to do, every agreement from convention, share with the people, and they will share with the members. The people will be cognizant of what is going on. But everything was just centralized. Every time you have to reach out to the leadership, the national, it was just holding everything down. But under the Myers Manor administration, everything has been decentralized. Okay, everything. So we have the policy. Every proposal. That's my first time to see a leader. Everything that she broached, everything that she presented to the General Assembly, nothing was rebuffed. The General Assembly, they asked the question at the end of the day, they approved everything that the president proposed. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing for the leadership of President Myers. She is leading, she is doing something right. Even people that don't even agree with her, after they finish asking the questions, they voted for everything, because unanimously, whenever proposal, when it is put on the floor, no opposition to the contrary. All right. So this convention sends a message. Those of our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers in Liberia, rest assured, the prolonged development, everything that has been held hostage, you will see something different after, because right now, After the convention, the president called the executive meeting. We had a discussion, and also she called a national teleconference yesterday, well attended. So the woman is engaging the people. And so now those things that were approved at a convention, it is time for implementation. Okay, that's what the woman is doing right now. Because she laid out her agenda. We call it the administrative trinity of the Myers Minor administration. You know, just the same way the Christian, they have their trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But this time, the Myers Minor administration, the trinity is agriculture, education, healthcare. That's the trinity. All right. So she made the case to the people. And sooner rather than later, I mean, she did not just go to the people to make report. That's what something she did, what bookmen would call proactivity. She was proactive. She went with the acquiescence of the board of directors, went to Liberia, secured an office for the organization for the people back home, because she set a country department headed by Professor Richard Panton. And so they got the country office, where the office is now. People are going there to apply for scholarship, where when they have concerns, they can go there and talk to the people on the ground. And those people on the ground, they can relay the information to the president, and the president will call the board of directors, and they'll go. I mean, so everything is just smooth now. Yeah, it's smooth. I mean, even though we are hearing speculation on Voice of SINOE, the few elements, the few disenchanted elements, they are trying to subvert the unity of our people back home. You know, they are being honored because they are consistent. I mean, our people are seeing what is going on right now. At first, they thought the leadership, those of us in the union, we were the problems. No, they are seeing now the defectors, the few elements that defected, that stole our money, that defected, that divided the organization. Right now, they are undermining the administration of George Gatte in Liberia. They are going from door to door. I mean, these people, they are just intrinsically divisive. It's sad. They are now going door to door and trying to recruit, but the people are not listening to them. It's sad. It is sad that these guys were in Liberia. They witnessed the war in Liberia. I mean, people fought and killed innocent people. They destroyed families. They amputated people. And these things, in no time, these guys, they erased those things from their mental hard drive, from their minds. And now they have become chronic dividers of the people. They are running campaign from door to door in Liberia, trying to divide the Sapo the Polo Development Association in Liberia. They're undermining the George Gatte administration simply because Mr. Gatte, when President Myers went to Liberia, he went there as the national president for the Sapo people in Liberia. That was the honorable thing to do. Mr. Gatte went there just to greet the woman. And these elements divide us in the U.S. They are now saying we're going to destroy the administration of George Gatte and divide the Sapo people in Liberia. And that's a campaign they're running right now. The Queen of Sheba division within the Sapo Association, or former Queen of Sheba, who is now part of the Sapo dividers. They are now running devilish and diabolical campaign in Liberia, dividing our people. And somebody will tell me, oh, leave those people. But these people are inimical to our community. They're harmful. They are consistent in their division. And somebody say, leave them. No, we can't leave that thing here. Oh, pull it under the rug. You know, Ataliali, that is Sapo language. They'll say, Ataliali, Ajabadel, that we the same people. But you do it. No, when we are the same people, you cannot harm the people. No. And so these people, they are running campaigns in Liberia, they divided the organization here. But the people send a message to the convention and say, no, we are not with you. And so because they are not succeeding in the United States, and so they are clandestinely, or if you like, overtly right now. They are not even hiding it. It is overt. It is clear, conspicuous. They are going from door to door and say, we want to break this apple and pull it down. We want to break it down because Judge Gatte went and greeted Francis Clark Myers. And so we will do everything to undermine the Mayor administration. And that will not work. They will try. Just the same way they are trying the U.S., they are not succeeding. Bunch of dividers. And the spokesperson of the people, the elders and their ancestors, is here to speak to those people that the message has been sent. And so at the convention, the resolutions went through, and we raised above 62 grand. No, you didn't hear me right. We raised above 62,000 United States dollars. Do you want me to repeat that? No, I did not say pledges. I said we raised 62 grand, above 62 grand cash money. All right. Our brothers and sisters during the prior convention, the divisive convention they had in Minnesota, unconstitutional, they had in Minnesota, they said they raised $60,000 after taking 90 grand from our account. We are going to 2 or 3 years now after their convention. We can't see one we borrow for our people in Liberia. After taking 90 grand and they told us they raised $60,000, there is nothing these people can show our people that they can point out. The only thing they could do is to go to the USAA's projects in Liberia, remove our name so that they can have accomplishment, which they do not own. So they ate our $90,000. They said they raised $60,000 and nothing, one we borrow. We can't see in Liberia. We can't see one kitchen for our people. They can't show anything. Okay? And so these same people now, they say they have a convention pretty soon. They want to exploit people again. And so that they can eat the money. And they go dance. You carry 25 plus people in Liberia just to go dance. And your people, brothers and sisters, and children are meandering in poverty. And people are dancing. You stop people money. Imagine that $1,000 or $2,000, each of those 25 persons that went to Liberia to go dance, if that money was used for something. Imagine how many children can get scholarship from that. But people, it's all about themselves. It's not about people. And so they are having convention again. They are coming. They told us $60,000 to raise the last convention. And nothing they can show us. But they are going to Iowa again to exploit poor people. People that work hard for their money. They are coming to have one bow in Sapo. They won't sing. That's all it's about. So they want to call you and you finish doing your doubles, your triples, your quadruple, whatever. And they are sending you invitation to come to their convention. So that you can give them your hard-earned dollars. And they will not show you anything. They will not report the prior convention they had. They never made any report. And they will not make a report again this one. No. It is about exploiting people. That's why they're calling convention. It's about dividing the community. That's why they're having this family, one family organization. The queen, that the same family, the board chair, that the same family, the president, one family hegemony. That's what they have. And so they are calling people to go for their convention. It's up to you. But I'm telling you, the people of the Sapo land, the union, we are together. The people demonstrated to these flower makers. The president of the Minnesota chapter, Marie Pine, she demonstrated to us that indeed she is dumber in the rock. The woman carried, over 300 persons from Minnesota. That Minnesota is, just one family over there now, that the better one divided the community. But you can see holistically, at least 95 or 99% of the people, they are on board right now. I wish next convention they were allowed to to call the names of the people, to list, it will be all day. You know, it will be all day. The people demonstrated. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the Trinity, healthcare, agriculture, and education will be a reality pretty soon in Liberia, in SINOE County. It's not about talking again. It's not about building necessary quarters. We passed that stage. It's about adding real value to our people. Because if you're an independent person, or country, or organization, you should be able to feed yourself. You should be able to provide medical services to your people. You should be able to educate your people. And so that's what they call real empowerment. Because when you give these things to the people, when people are formally educated, they can be independent people. Now, what, like America, I always reference America, Germany, France, all the great countries. It's not because they have plenty of thinkers that what they're doing well. No, the people are formally, they got educated people, and that's what we're talking. And they're building different things, and that's what the Maya administration is all about. We want to say thanks to all the delegates, thanks to all the chapter leaders. You are wonderful people. I can tell from what you did this going from convention, you are real leaders. Florida was fully represented. Minnesota, I don't want to talk about that one. Marie Pina, she's not joking. Iowa, the leaders were there, and many other members. Delaware Valley chapter, don't talk about that one. They play, we hosted, North Dakota, the people came from everywhere. Some people called out from work just to be part of this convention. Imagine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will not give you the total meanings of our convention, but I want to say thank you so much to all the members, those that wanted to be part, and because of flight cancellations and stuff of that nature, they couldn't make it. You are wonderful people. Imagine when those flights were not canceled. Look, it's crazy. I couldn't believe that. Wow, our people are ready for business. People that you don't even see to these things, they were coming in droves in their numbers. They were there. Yes. And you see the level of unity that were exhibited. People walking, they have not seen each other for a long time. You didn't see anybody shouting at anybody. Everybody was just happy. We had this special session dinner with the president. Every stage of the convention was marvelous. It was marvelous. See? And so that's leadership right there. And that what President Maya. Now let's listen to a little bit of the president address. Then we'll go somewhere else. All right, something else that I want to. I got a wonderful show here today, this evening, and please don't hesitate to share. You have a lot on Voice of SINOE today. But let's listen to a little bit of the president's speech, the annual address.
I'm happy to be in North Dakota. Okay, if you can give me the next 10 minutes. If you can just keep quiet for the next 10 minutes, I would really do appreciate it. Mr. Co-Chairman of the board, Mr. Teahjay, with the directors of board present here tonight. My Vice President, Mr. William Manning, present here tonight. To the executive and all the chapter presidents here tonight, the chapter's presidents present here tonight, thank you for coming. Our guest speaker, thank you for honoring our request. Tomatanambe National Cheerleader, my or Smith Ma. I don't want to get in trouble with that man tonight. The National Queen Diana Williams, thank you for coming tonight. To all our chapter beautiful queens, we appreciate you. The National Queen of the SINOE County Association, our county where we come from. You are welcome. The National President of SINOE County could not be here, but he sent a representative. You are welcome to be here too. All the cheerleaders from different chapters, our beautiful cheerleaders, you are welcome. Our hard-working Usaa cheerleader, you are welcome tonight. Graduate Association in the Americas, President of Dakota chapter, my old friend Orita, you are welcome to be here tonight. My national coordinator, Mana Ide Poor, and also the incoming president of the Grand Judea Association in the Americas.
Thank you.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's a breaking news from the convention. That sounds like an endorsement to me. The president, the national president of the United South Association in America's president, Francis Myers, endorsed Madam Edith Poan to be the next president of the Grand Judicial Association in the Americas. That's our next show, we're going to profile Madam Edith Poan while Madam President Francis Myers made that. She didn't say president in waiting. She said the next president. So when you say next, it means that it's just a matter of time. And so the Grand Judicial Association, if you follow the president further, she's saying it is about time to bring the Grandidians together. And Madam Edith Poor has the ability to do that. And she will make a wonderful president, because Grand Judicial Association is the largest Liberian organization next to EULA. And so when that organization is together, it's a huge, huge development that will go on in Grand Judicial County and by extension Liberia. And so for the president of the South Association in Americas, Madam Francis Myers, to endorse President incoming president, I should say, Madam Edith Poor, well, the opposition, the people that are running campaign, if I were you, I would just sit down. Because when Francis Myers posts a weight beyond somebody, yeah, victory is sure. All right, just listen to the president in a second here.
I think Grand Judea County is about to rise again.
Yeah, you heard what she said? Grand Judea County is about to rise again. The county has been in the dungeon, and it is about to rise again with Madam Edith Poor serving as the national president of the people, because she said she's a unifier. She has the track record. The South Association was divided for 7 years before. It was through the efforts of Madam Edith Poor and others that the organization came back together. And now we have these greedy hunters. And that 24/7, they want to eat money. They are working, but they don't want to use their own money. They want to eat group money. I mean, how somebody can be this brave? You will go in group account and just loot and eat it and think it's okay that you leave you. And when they talk, then you're angry. You divide people. What? And so we had the effort of Madam Edith Poor, and they did great. They brought us together before. And we have these people that want to eat money 24/7. But we sent the convention, the people sent a message. See that massive hall and no space in there. People were standing outside the parking lot. The security was directing people where they can park. The whole place is a whole shopping area. That whole place, no space. Let's listen to the president for a second.
My national advisor, Mr. Nathaniel Garte, Reverend Nathaniel Garte, and his wife, You are welcome.
Let me forward a little bit.
As the third female president of this unique organization, following the footprint of President Felicia Ryan, whose administration gave the USAA the first 501c3 status.
You see, there's something unique about President Myers. There's something wonderful. You see, she wouldn't have been a president without people before her. You know, in the prior administration, under the watch of the dividers, I mean, that guy was kind of like, he acts as if he falls from the sky. Like he brought the organization from Liberia and brought it here. The guy would dismiss everybody before him. But President Maya is so grateful to the point where she acknowledged the people that gave us what we have today. Felicia White, great woman, that gave us the 501c3 status. All right. And she went on to Madam Kalejabele Foley and other people that did a great job. Listen to her.
And President Kalejabele, whose administrator crafted the 3 pillars that I'm about to build on to make sure that our people will feel our presence in Liberia.
Okay, see, so that what they call is a government is continuity of service, right? Where the other administration stops, the other one picks up from there. That's how you do it. You don't demolish everything, you know. So the idea of the Trinity started from Madam Kalejabele Foley. I mean, administration put a lot of things in place. The other guy came, he shoved everything on the side. He said, you know, my job, I'll focus on the job, take money, go abroad and dance. That's what we'll do. And so Madam Frances Clark Myers said, no. What Kalejabele started, it makes sense. Our people need health care, they need education, and they need agriculture. So those 3 pillars, we're going to continue with them. And that's what she's talking about here. Listen.
My special thanks also go to Honorable Obaku Nyoma, the man that stabilized our organization after 7 years.
So this is the reason why people are gravitating toward President Myers. She is appreciated. She is grateful to people that did something before her. The people on whose shoulder she is standing. But our man in the party, you dismiss. I mean, how you go to the General Assembly to make report what you have done? Then you talk about how you was a soccer player and all those things. I mean, who is the guy talking to? You know, so Mr. Obaku Yuma is one of the guys that got the organization to where it is. That man set up our account. I mean, everything was transparent on his watch. I mean, that man turned over $100,000 and some more to the guy who was the vice president that ate the money. You know, and they said people should not talk. Mr. Obaku used to go from state to state, having programs to generate funds for the organization so that the next administration, if he cannot do, I mean, because at the time the Constitution, the time frame was shut. He said, okay, I'd rather generate the money. The next person comes, they can pick up from where I start. But our brother King, he dismissed all those people. He put people against each other. They go to Liberia and dance, take money from the account without board approval. Who does that? Joe Biden can go take money in without Congress's approval? No, but the guys, it's about money, it's about division. When he has a lady behind him, they're singing that, oh. But you ruin yourself when you do that. You damage yourself forever. That's what you're doing. You don't listen to people. The board of directors of any organization, you can't challenge the people. But the guy say, I'm Idi Amin, a John Garang. You know, when a John Garang, you lucky, I will come and put people on fire. I said, what's up with this guy? What's up with it, brother? And so the woman challenging the man said, I'm going for election. I will divide the organization. He's scared of election. Let me forward this one.
For the past 1 year, we have lived up to this nomenclature. Yes, we have argued disagree during deliberations, but at the end of each discussion, we have resolved our differences and provided an amicable solution to each disagreement that is the essential of democratic leadership. Free exchange of views rooted in respect for the opinion of one another.
I mean, that's it. People in a democratic society, in a democratic organization, people will have different views. They will have contrary opinions. That does not make you an enemy to the other person who does not agree with you. But our people then, the men before, when you disagree with them, you're enemy. You know, when I talk to you, you'll be marginalized. And that President Maya said, no, this is not how a modern society or organization should be run. So President Maya, want to say thank you so much.
My fellow friends, you may recall during the campaign in Jacksonville, Florida, this leadership presented a platform consistent with the Durham model that is contingent of the 3 pillars of development, namely education, health, and agriculture. This development program model was initiated during the administration of President Gale and was unveiled in Durham, North Carolina a few years ago. After the election on August 10, 2021, we were determined to foster the development agenda of this organization. The administration named several committees, heads, and created other ad hoc committees for the successful implementation of this amazing agenda. The committees were created include, I'm not going to need all, just few, the Constitution Committee Chairman, Mr. Samle Panto, Policy and Ethics Committee, Mr. William Jadia, Membership Committee, Mr. Maya Mundabu, Education Committee, Reverend Jackson Kamo, Planning Committee, Mana Doris Jolly, just to name few. At this point, I'm proud to report that we have a successful inauguration in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, and raised over 40,000 in the first of the history in America to raise 40,000 at inauguration.
You see, this is what we call annual report. You report to the people what you have done, what you have been doing, you know, and that's all the woman is doing here. Give a report. She set up several committees. That we had inauguration. She was inaugurated, had the inauguration program, raised over 40 grand. That's how you do it. But some people don't know what they are doing. Listen to the woman.
Not only did we raise that amount, but we had our guest speaker, the state representative, came to grace our program as one of the guest speakers for our program.
The first time a state representative came there to serve as guest speaker, all right? Representative Reginald Young of Pennsylvania, I think 119 district. Sorry if I missed the district number, but she was there. She was a guest speaker. We are reaching out. We are getting out of our brackets. We are in there one sample bubble. You can't get out, you know. And the woman said, no, we are in these United States. We got different nationalities. We got different people that are willing to participate in these things. All we have to do is to carry the organization to the people, and not just sit down in our own bubble. See, so the woman is moving. Now, some people envy the whole day so they can eat their money.
Frankly, it is no secret that our association was engulfed into confusion due to constitutional misinterpretation.
Exactly. That's what got out to this whole thing. Constitutional misinterpretation. The people would strangulate the Constitution just so they can eat money. They will twist things around. It will be clear, conspicuous. It will be clear to say before the president takes down from the account, he must send a voucher to the board of directors. They should approve it within 2 weeks. And when they approve it in 2 weeks, they consider it approved. The people send a voucher in the same hour, the same meeting, the same hour, everything. The board said, no, sir, I don't take the money. Man said, hell no, I'm taking the money. He said, I mean, so it's constitutional misinterpretation. The men apparently did not understand the Constitution. They were just arrogant. They're just disrespectful to other people.
In order to solve such unwelcome behavior, this administration has actively engaged and mobilized some of the best knowledgeable and peace-loving members.
So listen now, to stop those people that egregiously violated the Constitution, the woman now, she about to erect an impenetrable checkpoint, impermeable checkpoint. All right, so she put in different committees. She got the best minds together within our community to see how we can curtail these looters from looting from us moving forward. Listen.
Of USAA to collectively deal with this self-defeating challenge. We have set up a constitutional committee review to analyze and improve the language and composition of the bylaws and constitution. By so doing,
because that's a constitution, the guys were, I mean, it would be clear then. So the guys said, you know what? She brought different scholars from all over the place. And the guys said, we make the language as clear as, I mean, if you're in ABC, you understand the why. Without putting no BB grammar, we'll make it straightforward. And so the Milton Teahjay, the Sayondee Panto, the Sayondee, all the Kistanis, those guys say one. The guys went into the document, page by page, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph. The men went through the document, and when they presented, the standard made the presentation in North Dakota, no opposition to the contrary. The people approved the document.
We established an avenue through which the bylaws and constitution will be discussed and approved, and which we did yesterday. It is cheerful to inform you, delegates, at this 32nd USAA National Conference, that both the Board of Directors and the National Executive Committee are quarterly working together. As a result, we have retrieved some of USAA assets from the immediate.
So it's important, right? She mentioned that. In the prior administration, the Board of Directors and the Executive, even though the Board of Directors, they were willing, they were very friendly towards the executive. They were doing everything. The guys were bent down just so that we can be together. But the guys were so rude. I mean, they were so insolent to the point where they don't even listen to the board of directors every time there was a fight. When they go for a meeting, the board of directors should not ask questions. It's a fight. The guys will get people on the phone. I mean, they will play all the rude music. Somebody on a teleconference, flogger, just so they can be disrespectful to other people. So, Madam President said, she's saying, no. The culture of the past where people don't respect our elders, our mothers, and the children, no, this time around it's different. In the board of directors and executive are working together cordially. All right? No fighting, no man cause and power cause. No. They're not causing all the deceased, the dead people then because you disagree with somebody. No. It's not the case here. So we are working together. And because of that, because of the unanimity with which the board of directors and executive are working, we were able to retrieve some of our assets. The money, some of it, we didn't get everything, but because of the unity, because they said there is strength in unity, right? And so because the board and executive work together, we were able to retrieve some of our assets. All right? Don't take it from me. Listen to the president. Listen to the president here.
Immediate past administration.
Immediate past administration. Immediate. The people that she succeeded. Immediate people that she came. They're as soon as she get there, she said, no, we got to make something, we got to do something here. It is not right to the old man and the papa there, the young children and the people that are doing that double, they put the money in the account. The few people said they will eat the money. We got to do something about it. The culture of people eating money and going with impunity got to stop. And so we got to do something. We got to send a strong message to our community, to our country, because Liberia is not going nowhere because of the same corruption. People eat money and it will be okay, and the children are suffering. Mothers are suffering. I mean, come on, people. And so President Maya said, no, we got to do something about this. I will work with the board of directors. We got to retrieve some of the people's money. It's not right for somebody to go in a Glue account and take $90,000 and beating your chest. We got to do something about it.
And I will give you an example of the few. For example, the progressive administration reclaimed the bank account when we flew to North Carolina as Nicodemus, and we were able.
They needed to do something because it came to a point where the guys were determined to practically wipe all the money from the account. Imagine when they went there Nicodemusly, because they needed to have done that, because if we tried to go through all the bureaucracy, the guys will wipe all the money. So they needed the executive and the board and immediately say, we got to do something, get to Durham, North Carolina, because that's where the headquarters of the organization is. And so we have to go there and make sure and get the account in order and see what's going on there. They have to go. They went there. The treasurer, the president, the financial secretary, and the board chair. They got to do something. It was, but then we were talking, the guys already took 90 grand from the account already. And so the person said, no, we got to do something about it. Listen to the president. Listen.
To do what we needed to do legally.
She didn't say illegally. Legally. They didn't do anything. Our friend went there illegally and took people group money and put it in somebody's private bank account. That was illegal. But she went there, the board, the team, in keeping with the resolution for Florida, they went to North Carolina and did everything legally.
To claim our bank account on the side of the USAA.
Yes, that's what we did. She did that. Because the guys took the account and said the money for them. Even the last $2,000 after we established a new account, because the Constitution requires that when you get new leaders, the old and the present leaders should go and they add the new leaders. We wrote the prior administration, the guys said, we're not even acknowledging your letter, nothing, we don't even do anything. So they got to do something. So the other went there, the bank said, okay, we presented all the documents and everything, the resolution from the General Assembly, and the bank said, okay, what we can do, we can add your name, send the other people, they are not here. But what we can do, we can open a new account, and the $2,000 that left in the saving account that is left here, we'll transfer that money. And so the bank did that. But then the men wiped all the money from the major one. The $2,000 we transfer, still they were contesting it. They wrote the bank, they went to the bank, people stole our money. The bank did an investigation and said, a lie, nobody stole money. Everything was done legally. Okay, so at every point, the guys were defeated. Every point of the way. Let end the part, then we'll go to something else.
Our money was also taken from our bank account. When
that means saying that the president saying this one.
We went to Florida, $90,000. But through the efforts of the board of directors and the executive, we were able to reclaim $31,000 first of a kind for money to be turned over.
Yes, that was a huge milestone because the guys were determined to eat all the money. And so we needed to take legal action. And so the president said we reclaim out of the 90 grand, at least we got $31,000 back. Because they hired a first lawyer, they said, oh yeah, we'll get it $90,000. And then the way the lawyer was expensive, so they say, you know what, we're dropping the lawyer. Then they brought the Somali man. They went to the Somali, they lost money to the point. So when they told the Somali man, we ate 30,000 already, so that only 60,000 we get out of the 90 grand. All right. And that's why we got $31,000 back, because it's 60,000 something. All right. That's why they reported to the Somali lawyer. And so when we went to court, the mediator went through everything and said, you know what, when you go in front of a judge, the guys, some of them will go to jail, you know. So the leaders look at it, President Myers, and she called the board of directors and said, guys, are we ready to send our brothers and sisters to jail? And so we had a meeting and said, okay, no, we can't do that. So what we can do, however, is to go to mediation. Because when we go in front of the judge, our lawyer told to everything, looking at the evidence, somebody will go to jail. And so we don't want to go that route. And so, okay, what should we do? Okay, let's go to mediation, because mediation is just the mediator will mediate between the two parties and see what agreement will be reached. So the guys, they know that they never had a case, nothing whatsoever. What they could do was to argue about getting some of the money. So the mediators say, okay, but were they part of the money when they were part of the organization? Right. So since they were part of the organization, it makes sense for us to get some of the money to them. What I will say, but they already ate $30,000. I mean, it was almost $200,000 in the account. We only got $90,000. So they ate their share already. So let it give whatever left. They said no, because the money only good for these guys. And so we went to him, and just so, because they were claiming the website, they say organization website was for them, the organization name was for them, the organization name was, everything was for them. So we went through everything. They said no, you don't have the name, you don't have the website. The only thing we can do, we'll give you some of the money. And that's the only thing the guys benefited for it. And that's why they are angry walking around. They were forced to change their name to support Dancers Association. Think about it.
Our 501c3 was revoked because
all the guys were focused on is money. The 501c3 of the organization was revoked under their watch. President Maya got to
people just did not pay attention that you needed to do something every year. So we were able to again restore the USAA 501c3. During our turning, our Minnesota chapter was hijacked, but by the grace of God and the woman they call the diamond in the rock, Madam Marie Pine, we were able.
Damn it, a powerful woman, the diamond in the rock. I love that name. The diamond in the rock. She resuscitated the organization. You know, everybody. Oh man. So guys, you will fight, you will not succeed, because everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
Able to establish
the guys hijacked the chapter. And so the woman said, no, we got, it's not about these few elements here. It's about our people back home. So she got the organization, the chapter back together right now. It's the strongest chapter next to the Delaware Valley chapter.
Also, North Dakota were on the verge of breaking apart.
I mean, the guys were just going everywhere, just the same way they're doing now. They're fighting George Gatti. They were just going everywhere and fighting North Dakota. They wanted to undermine the administration of President Otello Kolo so they can take the place. It didn't work.
But through the hard work and the re-election of President Otello Kolo, we are here tonight in North Dakota.
Great man. Kolo, he got my respect. That young man, he's not a puppet that you pull around. You know, no, you say, you can't pull me around here. The interest of our people is supreme. It's not somebody, few elements in the garage, they want to tell us what to do. Just watch now, the union is back on course. The woman listing all the chapters, what's going on in the union now, because these chapters, without them, we can't have the national. So listen, she talk about the Minnesota chapter, North Dakota chapter.
The Name Iowa chapter was also a place that we thought we couldn't make it. But today, there was 3 men, a few people, Mr. Abel Morris, Mr. Franklin Waldo, Mr. Cloud Mani that stood up. And today, Iowa chapter is an
See, those guys, they did a wonderful job in Iowa as well, because the dividers, they were doing everything to sabotage the agenda of our people, because they are not in the interest of our people by whom. It's all about themselves, you know. So they were doing everything to break the organization down totally. That's what they were doing. So they went to Minnesota, they did not succeed. They went to North Dakota, they did not succeed. They went to Iowa because the guy who was there, he was the president. The man took the people PPP loan of $45,900 secretly. I don't know why he did not put it in a private account. He put it in the organization's account. USAA Iowa chapter account. He put the money in the account without telling anybody. The financial team, they went to do a routine check. They saw the 45,000 in the account. When the people discovered that, the guys start taking the money now, wiring it into a private account. Okay, then why you put it in the organization's account in the first place? They may start wiring the money into a private account to different people. In no time, he wiped the 45,900. He wiped it out from the account. So members say, okay, well, we can't have you as our president. And that's how they took their president from that day, Cooley. And so the guys were doing everything to break the organization down. And right now, you know, the United States government, they're slow, but they're sure. And so we did all the legal documents. And well, when the guy goes to jail, it's on his own. We are not responsible. You can't put us in trouble. You can't take the people for the 5,900 for in the name of the organization, and you want to be a church and disrespecting the people, the members, they're asking you questions, and you're checking them up because you think you alone get master's degree in the United States.
I'm happy to report to you tonight that Delaware Valley chapter have a new leadership, and the president is Mr. Messi Toba, and the vice president is Mana Olivia.
See, guys, the woman is giving that what we call report. What she has been doing, what has been going on in the union. She's giving report to the people. All right, that's one thing that I want to restore. Now I will switch to something else. I mean, see the excitement of the people. See how excited the people are. God, you can't break the spirit, the unified spirit of the people. You will fight, and you will be the victim at the end of the day. The people are determined to send a message to the dividers. It's not working. See how how excited the people are. So happy.
My fellow compatriots, we are overwhelmed with joy to let you know that this administration has designed a new website. One of our properties that were reclaimed.
So the website, they got it. The guy had that thing like ABC store. You got a big organization. They got a nyama team. Liberian man would say, but my administration after we went to court and the court say the website is not for you. We redesigned the website. Watch the woman I'm just talking. She showed you the evidence.
We were able to redesign the website, and I'm about to project to you now. You're gonna see the website.
The projecting. She's showing it to you. All right. She's not just talking. She's showing you what the work her administration is doing. The first time for us to see this projecting, showing the work of the people palpably before. And say, you know what? I will show it to you. I'm not only talking on paper. You guys will be part of it too. Listen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little bit of a brilliant presentation of the president. She gave a, I mean, it was a wonderful. She's been doing a lot over the past 1 year, and so for the coming year, for now to 2023, imagine we had all these struggles, we had legal thing going on, and she had all these things accomplished. Imagine what will happen now. Now all those things are out of the way. All right, it's now for real business. All right, you're going to see next convention. You will hear the report. When you hear the report to the people in Liberia too, they will be on the screen to report. All right, we're not doing rhetoric, because rhetoric, I mean, it's not all to you right now. People have been suffering for too long. And so, Madam President, I want to say congratulations for the wonderful job you are doing in the union. I wish your team well. You know, Dr. Sayondee cannot be on a team and then the team fails. You know, that's not possible, because I got the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. You know, so once you get me on your side, everything will go right. You know, in the past administration, I was on board. I was trying to guide the brother where to go. But the man wanted to do it. He wanted to do it own thing. He was not listening to the representative of the elders. And he entered in the day. He started calling himself liar in the cage. The people block all the holes and the post smoke there. The lion can't come outside. All right, so guys, just a little bit of the president's speech. Let's move on to something else that we want to talk about on Voice of SINOE. We're going to do our next show, the endorsement from the president, endorsing Manaide Poa. That's something that we have to go into. Why President Myers will stand before the General Assembly of the USAA and will endorse Manaide Poa to be the next president of the Grand General Association in the Americas. We'll delineate the reasons. We'll give you the reasons why the president endorsed Manaide Poa. It's not because she's part of she's a national coordinator for her administration. No, it's because of the magnificent track record that Manaide Poa has when it comes to helping people. What you call Bless the Children Foundation has done, I mean, it's wonderful. So our next show, we want to profile Manaide Poa, why Frances Clark Myers gave her support to her, and why it is inevitable. When something is inevitable, you can't do without it. It is inevitable. Manaide Poa will be the president. I don't know, no matter what, all the people that it's not possible to be Ide Poa. No, it's not. All right, let's move on to something else that we want to talk about on VOSD this evening. We needed to give you the review of the convention. Now let's go to the breaking news here coming from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, okay, for sure it's called LAP. Okay, the members the weekend there was a presidential election. We were told the organization was established in the 70s, you know, and the organization has been going through a lot of challenges. There's some legal issues, just the same way within the USA. There are some legal thing going on here, everything they went through it. And eventually the people were given the opportunity to go to the ballot box to elect their new set of leaders. And so we have two teams. We have the Wilbert or the Foley Galway team, and we have the Sayondee and the SINOE team. All right, SINOE Johnson. And so they went at it. They had a debate. Unfortunately, we missed that debate because we had to go for the convention, to cover the convention in North Dakota. Yeah, but however, the people, after hearing the arguments, listening to the platforms of the various candidates, well, they decided that the best to lead the community the Association of Liberian in Pennsylvania, they selected a team. But now, before I bring the pictures of the team, we want to listen to the report, the electoral report from the election results from the election commission was it on Saturday or Sunday? Okay, I'm not too sure with the date, but I played the video for you.
It's guys, we are the election results are coming up. With the electoral team is coming up right now.
So VOSD were there to cover. We know we are ubiquitous. We are all over the place, try to make sure and offer our services to the community so that you know what is going on. So now let's listen to the report here.
Let's see what's happening here. So the chairman of the Electoral Commission.
Guys.
All right, so
Do we have control over that?
all right, so guys, we at that Electoral Commission is out right now, and the results for the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. So we'd like to take this time to thank all of the lab members who participated in this process today. This process started several years ago. In 2019, we have to go to court. From court, we have to make compromises. We have to sign MOU. We went through so many upheavals to reach to this point. But there is one thing I can say. We can work all of this process as Pennsylvanian residents, as Pennsylvanian citizens, as members of LAB, that we all did it together.
Yes.
I am of the strong opinion that the winners of this process are transitional leaders. They should have a mentality to reconcile the community. They should not have a winner-take-all mentality. And the result, as I'm looking at here, the result indicates that the people of this community wanted a unity.
Yes.
So people won from different camps and they pulled them together. So no one camp actually won 100%. So it shows that there was a drive for unity, and the result reflects that. So with that much said, I'm going to go ahead and read the results. Interestingly, the total number of persons that voted, 492. That was actually surprising to all of us when the tabulation came out, because we registered more than 1,400 people. Okay? Yeah. So we had a situation where only 492 persons voted. So I'm going to start to call the result because the day has been long. I have not eaten. I probably have not drank water. So I'm going to start with the board candidate. So for the board candidates, I'm not going to call all of the results because there were too many candidates. I'm going to call them winners. The percentages, the total vote, all of that we'll post it in the chat room. We'll post it on social media. We'll post it on Spoon, Henry Costa Show. It will be all on the net. Okay? So I'm going to start with the 9 board members that won. Francis Tokpa Blambo Jr.
Guys, please.
He got 275 votes. Samuel Greaves. Samuel Greaves got 205 votes. Elizabeth Harris got 231 votes. Alfonso Siki Horton. He got 273 votes. James Coyen. James Coyen got 250 votes. Bolu Kowu. She got 245 votes. Christopher Swa got 258 votes. Bati Tokpa, the Grand O2 party representative.
Bati Tokpa.
He got 196 votes. And the last person is Josiah Yedu. He got 234 votes.
That's a majority.
For the coordinator, is Grace mine. She was contesting unopposed. For the treasurer, Dagonti Williams got 233 votes. For Marie, for, for Marie Waller, she got 202 votes. So Deconte Williams won. For the financial secretary, Emmanuel Davis ran unopposed. He got 291 votes. For Stephen Togba, he ran unopposed. He got 267 votes.
Assistant. You didn't call it title. Assistant.
Assistant Secretary. Yeah, Assistant Secretary General. Okay, so the Secretary General, Jerry Escola, he ran unopposed. He got 307 votes. For the President and Vice President,
This is the big one.
Wilbur Fode, Emma Gower, got 221 votes. Sayondee T. Kumata, Sando Johnson, got 269 votes.
All right, so there you have it. That was the presidential results from the Electoral Commission of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, the new leadership. So this is the leaders for the association. Let me see where the lady. So that's the team here that won, the Sayondee and Sando team. See, so that the team that won, they're leading the community organization right now. Here's the team that was relegated, the Foley and Galway team. So it was a good process, quite competitive, few votes, 269 to 221 votes. Foley team complained a couple of times. I was on over there at the precinct. I interviewed the people, and a lot of people were complaining. They registered, but their names were not on the list. Even the chairman of the board of directors, Murphy Gibson, I talked to him as well. And he said, "Oh, I registered. I went in there to vote and say my name." So they are working on. So it was a lot of things, a lot of irregularities, and it was also alarming to me that under 400 persons will vote. 400 plus. It's just 2 out of 1,000 plus persons. You know, you had 2 candidates when the result were announced. You know, so Ms. Sayondee, Kofa here, and then Weber Foley. I mean, it was a wonderful one. But now, yes, man thing with the election, I got concerned about it. By the way, there's the vice president here for Ms. Kofa. I thought how solo picture here. Apparently, I didn't put the solo picture here for her. Yeah, but that's the team, the full team right here. Now, here's my observation though, with respect to the election. The Liberian Association of Pennsylvania is a big organization. It's not a little organization. So if election of this magnitude has been held, a lot of things needed to be put in place. So if you listen, they say Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. It's not Liberian Association of Philadelphia, okay? So I think the Electoral Commission did not do a good job, all right? Because only 2 precincts, one was in Philadelphia in Southwest Philadelphia, and another one in the Northeast. But it's the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. It's not just Philadelphia. So why Harrisburg? Nobody came from, no precinct was in Harrisburg. Why Downtown? I mean, the various places of cities in Philadelphia. That's thing. I mean, we are not in the village. We are in these United States. So these things should have been properly coordinated where all Liberians will participate. It's the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. All right. And so to have just 2 precincts and only 400 persons voting, that was very sad. They did a bad job. 492 persons voted. And they said the register over 1,000 persons. And so the Electoral Commission did a poor job. They didn't do justice to the members of the Liberian Association, the Liberian people in Pennsylvania, to properly exercise the franchise, the democratic franchise. Pennsylvania has the largest number of Liberians in the United States, and only 492% voted. That's a poor job. The guys did not do a good job at all. And even the minute group of people that register, everybody could not vote. The people are complaining, oh, when we go in there, my name now. The people vote, they register, and their names are on the list. Only 492, it was a terrible job. We have to do better. We can't be here and talking to the people in Liberia. Oh, the leaders in Liberia, the people that are doing it. And we are in the United States. And 1,000 plus person voted, the register. And only 492 voted. We got 1,000 plus person registered, which it should not have been in the first place, because we got more Liberians in Pennsylvania than any other states in the United States. Maybe Minnesota comes second. And only 400%, the electoral commission, they didn't do a good job. The education did not go out. They didn't do proper voter education for the people to come and vote. You should have again, it's the Liberian Association. We have different media outlets all over this place. So people are supposed to be in Harrisburg reporting what's going on in the prison. The very prison they set up in Pennsylvania, only 2 in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia got 1 million plus people. So ladies and gentlemen, I was disappointed, but again, that's how we do business, Liberian people. Whether back home or not, but those of us here, we have to do better, because the people back home, they look up to us. For 1,000%, people are crying, oh, I went in there and my name was not on the list. Why? And somebody will be voting inside West Philadelphia and the name will be in Northeast. And then they can't do that easily. All you have to do, this is the electronic age we are in. The people, the electoral team, coordinate with those that are in Northeast. Okay, let's verify something is not going right. It's a simple phone call, or you do a video call, you verify and people vote. But people are literally we got a long way to go, Liberians. We got a long, long way to go. But howbeit, I want to say congratulations to Madam Sayondee, Kofa, and Sano Johnson. I wish you guys well. It's a huge load on your shoulders right now to lead the community. And we are here to work with you. We want to say thanks to the 40 Gawa team and to put out a good fight. It was a good campaign. I just thought this team would have won, but hey, I don't know. The big guys in Pennsylvania, all of them, they went beyond the Sam. So did this. The young man was complaining. All of that. But hey, it is what it is. It's a competition. Somebody got to win. And next time, the lady that won, she said she's bringing unity to the community. And the Foley Gawa team, they were talking about the organization that's been in existence since the 70s. And we don't even have an office, no community center, and that's something they wanted to do. But hey, the team right now, they're saying I had an interview with a lady. As a matter of fact, let me play a little bit of the interview after the election results so that you can hear what she said.
So Sayondee.
Guys.
So Sayondee Sano Johnson are the winner for the president and vice president. So
guys.
So
guys, please.
These results are considered preliminary results. Tomorrow, Sunday, we are going to issue a written tabulation in a press release and sign it. That will be considered the final results. No, it's a long process. We are going to have a program that will then print the certificate and present it.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's the chairman of the Electoral Commission. So we just got the results from the the chairman from the electoral commission. So Mr. Chairman, what the low turnout? What is the cause of that?
Personally, I would say part of the reason we've been through many crises. So I think there is a low level of confidence in this association. So many people went out to.
Who's supposed to build the confidence? You know, the electoral team, they got to build the confidence. They got to educate the people properly, and then the people will build that confidence. Okay,
Recruit people to vote, and they pay for these people. These people were not paying. Most of them were not paying money out of their pockets, so they didn't have the drive to come to vote. Okay, so that reflects that yes, different camps register many people, but because there is a low level of confidence in the performance of this association over here, that is part of the response to why the turnout is very low.
Okay,
yeah.
Chairman, let's talk to the Victoria. Sayondee, how are you?
I'm fine.
How do you feel right now?
Excited. I'm excited.
What does the victory mean?
A whole lot. It means that the people of Pennsylvania are ready to move up to another level. And I'm glad that we are all here. I'm happy. Everybody will work together. I'm going to invite the Galway team, Wuduwa team to work along with us. I'm sure they have a lot to offer. We are willing to work with everybody. Now there's no more campaign, there's no more size. We are one. I'm happy. Thank you.
Okay, so where's the campaign headquarters for the celebration?
Oh, we'll announce that later. Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's talk to Mr. Yeah, that's where I'm going now. So Mr. Foley, what do you make of the results, man? How do you feel?
Well, the result came in. It's not what we expected. There were irregularities, but the community comes first. So we are going to accept the result and move forward. We are not going. There were a lot of irregularities. I told you there were 34 names added. Today, with our knowledge, those were names of people who were registered after the deadline. They added it today. I found out at 1 o'clock. And I can tell you, if you look at the margin, the margin is very slim. It's very slim. Yeah. And imagine adding 34 names. You are insisting that you add 34 names on the day of the election, unknown to me. We only found out when the election was going on. Nevertheless, our community comes first. So we will accept it and move forward. We don't want no problems. I will congratulate Ms. Sayondee Kofa. I will offer my assistance and expertise. If there's anything I can do, I'm available. This is our community. Our community comes first, and we are not going to have any problem.
What message do you have for your supporters?
Take heart. That's the process. You don't always get what you want. Come back and fight harder the next time.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. So that's the voice of Sino over there. We are crisscrossing the state, bringing the news to your things that are happening, and so that you can be part of it. All right, so that was the Liberian Association election over the weekend. Let me go to something else that I want to talk about on VOSD. Yeah, so the national saying, I think it's breaking news that are trending right now all over the globe, or the Liberian officials. So United States Treasury sanctioned 3 Liberian government officials for corruption. All right, and it's the same corruption stuff that we've been talking about in the United States. If you even listen to the chairman of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, he said they had some legal issue going on here. It all has to do with corruption. The United Southwood Association did the same thing here. It has something to do with corruption. And on a national scene in Liberia, it started not too long ago when the U.S. Magnitsky Act, the people started to enforce that. The Global Magnitsky Act that has to do with fighting corruption and injustice all over the place. All right, so before the development today, this is where this thing came from. All right, let me get you back a little bit where it started from. Okay,
Africa, we have a special relationship with Liberia, which was founded by freed American slaves. Unfortunately, President George Weah leads a kleptocratic government that has been engaged in political corruption from the day he assumed office by depleting the government coffers for personal use while the people of Liberia suffer. Liberian Senator Varney Sherman was sanctioned last year by the Trump administration for corruption, which is a positive, though more needs to be done. In Nigeria, President Buhari.
All right, so this is where it started from. You know, they started with Varney Sherman. You know, that was Chris Smith, representative from New Jersey, and they made an announcement sanctioning Varney Sherman. Senator of Liberia. And so when you listen to him, he said, when they sanctioned Varney Sherman, he says a positive news, but more needed to be done. And so the more is now coming up. The more is coming up. You see, since we the Liberians, we don't want to hold ourselves accountable. I think it makes sense for outsiders to come in, because it just doesn't make sense how this little country with less than 6 million people, which is endowed with all the resources that you want, but 90% of the people are suffering. They are living in abject poverty. And then a minute group of people, few elements in government, they are living lavishly. And they are looking at the brothers and sisters, the children, the future of the country. The people are dying right in front of their eyes. And nothing is being done. It's okay. It is okay. When I went to Liberia 2020, some of the things I saw. I mean, in America, yeah, the people with disabilities, you know, either physical or intellectual disability. In Liberia, when you are blind, they don't get time for you. You have to look for somebody to hold your hand to be begging in the street. But government officials are building mansions. They are giving private jets and those things all over the place. And the people are in the street begging. Blind people. Now, what we call them like, bro? Visually impaired people. I mean, I saw this little kid. I had the video still on my phone. That little kid holding the man hand, carrying the man around among the vehicles. That child is supposed to be in school, but that child has to carry the man around, begging how they can survive. But these guys were, I mean, 103 men, 30 senators, that's 73 lawmakers or representatives. When you put in at 103, right? But if you look at your budget, they got 55 million of the budget, just 100%. Why? And the rest of the people, when you look at the budget, the president, $20 million. Why? Where on earth? Liberia, even America that can manufacture money, they find that in the budget. What sort of corruption is that? You find the money coming to the president. The president already get 20 million in the budget. Then you put another 1 or 2 million there for the president's wife. What kind of corruption is that? The country that manufacturing money, they don't even do that. The poor country that backing people, they got all these things. Why a country people are suffering and the president needs private jet? Why? And these guys are building mansions for their dead parents, and people are suffering. And so this is a move in the right direction. Some people will say, oh, that's selective justice. Oh, well, we got to start from somewhere. We got to start from somewhere. Is it right for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and other people to eat the money and America did not go after them? It's not right, but we got to start from somewhere. Judge Weah should have gone after Ellen Johnson Sirleaf if he meant well. He took over. He should have audited Ellen Johnson Sirleaf if he thought that she stole money or she didn't treat the Liberian people right. He should have audited the administration, implement the what you call the TRC report. No, the man turned his back on order down. And so because Judge Weah refused to do what he's supposed to do, oh well, America now is coming after him. And so you got to do your work. He refused to do that. And the president, Francis Myers came. And Green Court GDO ate all that poor money. And she said, well, I'm auditing the man. I'm not doing anything. Oh, well, when the next administration comes, they can come after you, Francis Myers. And so Judge Weah refused to do his work. Ellen looked at the country. He came over there. The woman said he reported to Liberian people, oh, I made $8 million in the account. Okay, this woman, when she was in power, the whole war, they were pumping money in this country. The executive mansion, they were renovating that thing forever. They put millions of dollars in there. When you look at the LSCC report, they put millions of dollars in that thing. They couldn't finish it. What did they do with the money? John Weah did not order the woman. He did not. So he did not do a job. And somebody, people should not start crying foul here and say, oh, why America doing pick and choose? Why John Weah did not do his work? Why? Why he did not go to, they say, Ellen, Bill, what you call hospital in South Africa? Why he did not do all it to find out that information, to authenticate that? So the failure of the president is what is haunting him now. And the guys, because they refuse to audit the guys before them, and so they jump into corruption too. And now somebody is after them. And so now the president office, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Nathaniel McGill, has been sanctioned. You know what that means? That a man running the president's office, that the chief of office staff for the president, he the one doing a lot of the things for the president. And United States government say, they guys cannot do business with all. Anybody who doing business with him, you should stop. Well, in other words, well, we are getting rid of that guy. In other words, that's what the people are saying. Because you can't do business with your chief of office staff. How does the office run? How does the office of the president, how does it run? If the chief of staff cannot do business with the greatest country in the world, and they are haunting your assets, everything that you get out there. Well, somebody made a point today. If they can come for the man who is running the office of the president, oh well, who is next? I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question because I think the reason that they can't, U.S. is not going after the president immediately. I think it's a strategic move, given the fragility of the country. The country is fragile right now. We just came from war. It's not too long. To just indict a president immediately, it will be an issue. And so they say, you know what, let's do it gradually. Let us not just go because it will create chaos. Okay? There might be some agitation and something will happen. So they're going around the president. They're going around the key elements around the president to get to him. They're getting them. So they got your Minister of Presidential Affairs, McGill, they got him. So the man is now is an indictee, a sanctioned man of the United States government. See how the guy fresh? The man is enjoying the country, man. And people are suffering. What? How much does one man need? How much? The man get the job piling money and just building, and then the man got the audacity to make videos and say, oh, hey, you know what? Other people do the money, they carry out of the country, when I steal my own and build house. It's still not right. Whether you store the money and the other man store it and carry out of the country, and you store your own and build in the country, the idea is stealing. That's the key word there. When you steal something, that means it's not yours. That's what it means. So it doesn't matter where you build, when you steal the money, where you build stuff. What matter is you took something that is not yours. And that is the problem. So it doesn't matter where you build a structure. So the person that builds in whatever country, outside of the country, they're wrong. You too, you are wrong because you stole. All right? So these guys were wretchedly poor. And in no time in office, the guys are rich. See the man shining. They got all the brand new thing. They got all the horses all over the place. Does house create job for people? Building your personal house? You have to find a way to revitalize the economy so that the people will get jobs, so that they will not come to your office every day begging. But the strategy is these people want to keep these people poor so that they can come beg them 24/7. So they put the money in their pocket. They put all the money in the budget, all those different things they're doing. It's sad. Those of you, I don't know whether you have seen the document, the report from the Global Magnitsky Act. Let me share this with you. Let me share this. U.S. is doing something. That's what we need. Because the leaders in the country, they don't want to do their job. If you don't do your job, somebody will come after you. All right. So U.S. is coming after them. Let me show you. This is the document, the report. Let me make it a little bigger for you so you can see it. Our country. If you don't, you're not responsible, that what will happen? Let me take that picture down, blocking the document. All right, it's out of the way now so you can see it better. See what the Manisky, what the indictment is, and the people are not reading this thing. They just talk about them on Facebook. Oh, people talk about that, and that's it. So this is the document here. The indicted your government official. Treasury sanctions senior Liberian government officials for public corruption. All right, you see the document? It's August 15, 2022. It's today, right? The 15th. Washington. Today, the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFA, designated Liberian government officials Nathaniel Miguel, Seaman Serenos Cephas, and Bill Twawin for their involvement in ongoing public corruption in Liberia. These officials are designated pursuant to Executive Order EO 13818, which builds upon and implements the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act and targets perpetrators of serious human rights abuse and corruption around the world. Okay, there's a quote right here, right? Through their corruption, these officials have undermined democracy in Liberia for their own personal benefits, said, unquote, said Under Secretary of the Treasury for Tourism and Financial Intelligence, Brian E. Nelson. Treasury's designations today demonstrate that the United States remains committed to holding corrupt actors accountable and to the continued support of the Liberian people. Corruption has long undermined Liberia's democracy and its economy, robbing the Liberian people of funds for public services, empowering illicit actors, degrading the business environment, and damaging the rule of law and effective governance in the country. Corruption also contributes to diminished confidence in government and public perception of impunity for those with power. Okay, these designations reaffirm the commitment of the United States to hold corrupt actors accountable. The United States is a proud and dedicated partner and friend of Liberia and stands with the people of Liberia in support of democracy and the rule of law, and will continue to promote accountability for corrupt actors, regardless of their position or political affiliation. The United States is also committed to working with the people and government of Liberia to elevate countering corruption as a priority, including by bolstering public sector anti-corruption capacity and reviewing and re-evaluating criteria for bilateral and multilateral assistance, including around transparency and accountability, holding corrupt actors accountable, and bolstering anti-corruption efforts are both consistent with and reflects our commitment to implementing the United States strategy on countering corruption. All right, so corrupt Liberian officials, okay? Yeah, the officials for your government that they indicted. Nathaniel Miguel, in parentheses, Miguel here, is Minister of State for Presidential Affairs and Chief of Staff to President George Weah. During his tenure in government, Miguel has bribed business owners, received bribes from potential investors, and accepted kickbacks for steering contracts to companies in which he has an interest. Okay, the man has interest in some of the company, right? Miguel has manipulated public procurement processes in order to award multi-million dollars contracts to companies in which he has ownership. Imagine that, including by abusing emergency procurement processes to rig contract bids. He goes on to say, McGill is credibly accused of involvement in a wide range of other corrupt schemes, including soliciting bribes from government officials or government office seekers and misappropriating government assets for his personal gain. He has used government funds allotted or allocated to other Liberian government institutions to run his own projects, all right, made off the books payments in cash to Australian government leaders, all right. It goes and organized warlords to threaten political rivals. These are serious charges against the brother here. McGill has received an unjustified stopping, all right, from various Liberian government institutions and used his position to prevent his misappropriation from being discovered. McGill regularly, right, distributes thousands of dollars in undocumented cash to other government officials for government and non-government activities. Wow. McGill is being designated for being a foreign person who is a current government official who is responsible for or complicit in or who has directly or indirectly engaged in corruption, including the misappropriation of state assets, the expropriation of private assets for personal gain. He would take people's private property and use it for himself. Corruption related to government contracts or the extraction of natural resources or bribery. Wow. That's the president office right here. It is not only indicting Nathaniel McGill, but it is the office of the president that has been indicted here. These are serious charges against the presidential secretary of the press secretary. Now, again, Seaman Sarenas, Sarenas here, Cephas is the current Solicitor General and Chief Prosecutor of Liberia, right? Imagine the man that's supposed to prosecute criminal, all right? Go after people that do wrong thing, and the man they're indicting. The country is rotting to the core. Sarena has developed close relationships with suspects of criminal investigations and has received bribes from individuals in exchange. It received bribes from individuals in exchange for having their cases dropped. Okay, so no justice. Once they bribe the man, you take him to court, no justice, it will drop your case. Sarena has worked beyond the scenes to establish arrangements with subjects of money laundering investigations to seize investigations in order to personally benefit financially. He shields money launderers and helps clear them through the court system and has intimidated other prosecutors in an attempt to squash investigations. Cephas has also utilized his position to hinder investigations and block the prosecution of corruption cases involving members of the government. Cephas has been accused of tampering with and purposefully withholding evidence in cases involving members of opposition political parties to ensure conviction. Imagine. Cephas is being designated for being a foreign person who is a current government official who is responsible for or complicit in or who has directly or indirectly engaged in corruption, including the misappropriation of state assets, the expropriation of private assets for personal gain, corruption related to government contracts, or the extraction of natural resources or bribery. Bill Twawe, they tell a person, now the poor man now, the man got money too. The broke man, over time, the man rich now. Bill Twawe, is the current managing director of the National Port Authority, NPA. Twawe orchestrated the diversion of 1.5 million in vessel storage fee funds from an NPA into a private account. Imagine that. Teahjay secretly formed a private company to which, through his position at the NPA, he later unilaterally awarded a contract for loading and unloading cargo at the port of Buchanan, right? The contract was awarded to the company less than a month after his founding. Imagine that. The contract was awarded to the company less than a month after its founding. After the man, less than a month, the man established the company, he get a contract to himself. Teahjay and others used family members to obfuscate their own involvement in the company while still benefiting financially from that. So they put their family in front. You use that as a facade, right? So they can be upfront. Teahjay is being designated for being a foreign person who is a current government official who is responsible for or complicit in or has directly or indirectly engaged in corruption, including the misappropriation of state assets, the expropriation of private assets for personal gain, corruption related to government contracts, or the extraction of natural resources or bribery. All right, these are the sanction implications here. So guys, if you have time, read the document. Or if you want, let me just read the last 2 paragraphs here. Sanctions implications. As a result of today's sanction or action, all property and interest, listen you, as a result of today's sanction or action, sorry, I don't know why I call that word. As a result of today's action, all property and interest in property of these targets, the people that we just named, right, the 3% of these targets that are in the United States or in the possession or control of U.S. persons must be blocked and reported to OFA. In addition, any entities that are owned directly or indirectly 50% or more by one or more blocked persons are also blocked. OFA's regulations generally prohibit all dealings by U.S. persons or within the United States, including transactions transiting in the United States that involve any property or interest in property of blocked or designated persons. Now, the implication of, in addition, persons that engage in certain transactions with the individuals and entities designated today may themselves be exposed to sanctions. So anybody who does transaction with these people, you yourself will be exposed to, you will be sanctioned as well, in other words, will be exposed to sanctions or subject to an enforcement action. All right, they will do something practical, enforcement, right? Furthermore, unless an exception applies, any foreign financial institution, any foreign financial institution that knowingly, when you know about these guys, then you do business with them, right? That knowingly facilitates a significant transaction, all right, from any of the individuals or entities designated today could be subject to U.S. sanctions. The power and integrity of OFA sanctions derive not only from OFA's ability to designate and add persons to the SDN list, but also from its willingness to remove persons from the SDN list consistent with the law. The ultimate goal of sanctions is not to punish, but to bring about a positive change in behavior. For information concerning the process for seeking removal from an OFA list, including the SDN list, please refer to OFA's frequently asked question. Okay, the guys can do something now. If they want to need to be removed, it's up to them. Because it says not for what. There's something that is said here. The purpose of the sanction is not to punish. The ultimate goal of the sanction is not to punish, but to bring about positive change in behavior. Okay, so we want to change the behavior of those guys. They're doing bad things, so they want to change their attitude. Global Magnitsky, building upon the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, EO 1381-8, was issued on December 20, 2017. All right, in recognition that the prevalence of human rights abuse and corruption that have their source in whole or in substantial part outside the United States had reached such scope and gravity as to threaten the stability of international political and economic systems. Human rights abuse and corruption undermine the values that form an essential foundation of stable, secure, and functioning societies, have devastating impacts on individuals, weaken democratic institutions, degrade the rule of law, perpetuate violent conflicts, facilitate the activities of dangerous persons, and undermine economic markets. The United States seeks to impose tangible and significant consequences on those who commit serious human rights abuse or engage in corruption, as well as to protect the financial system of the United States from abuse by those same persons. Okay, so those are the sanctions, the guys that were sanctioned today. Your government officials, Bill Traore. This is the Solicitor General here, Sarena Cephas, Nathaniel McGill, that boy Fretch, the man chilling. And this is the man. Our man, you know, our man here from the port of Greenville, that man.
This one, a real one.
Yeah, our man here, you know, the chilling now. You know, Bill Traore is called Bakugbe Jr. and our man is called Bill Traore Jr. You know, the people are looting our resources. And now Uncle Sam is coming after them. Yeah, that's what we need. Now, my thing with Uncle Sam is we got Vanny Sherman was placed on sanction before, and Vanny Sherman is still chilling in the country. We have to prosecute these people. We can't just put a sanction on there and leave them like that. The guys are still enjoying, and people are suffering. So practical action needs to be taken. We need practical action. You bring people to justice. If these guys are left to the justice system of Liberia, nothing will be done. All right. So how the broke people? These guys were super duper broke before becoming government officials, and in less than 4 or 5 years, they get our men over there and get houses all over the place, chilling with Bill Traore. They're coming for you too. They're coming for Sonny Boy Noah. When they can come for Bill Traore, Sonny Boy Noah, you're not off the hook. So 2023, just forget what I'll see. Your boss man has been indicted. Why you think they can't come after you too? We are directing the United States government to audit the poor manager of SINOE County. Oh yes, we'll audit the man too. Where is he getting the money from to build 40 houses in no time? The man get houses more than Bill Traore. So we're coming after all these people. It's a gradual process. All the looters surrounding the president, including himself, they will be brought to justice. The president never had private jet when he came to office. He never had 40. Okay, no, let me not say 47. They will say that a lot. Let me quote his former information minister, Eugene Namwe. When he came to Philadelphia, I had my camera ready for him. He said the president gets 16 horses. Okay, why one man needs 16 houses? Why? Why you need 16 horses when people are hungry? You're breaking your house down, I don't know, 15, 12 street, whatever they play down, and building new house there. Why is that okay? And people are hungry. Why you need all these mansions? And then you'll be on tape and say, oh, the president, we need our own jet to break morale too. Is that about morale? But Liberian people brought this on ourselves. We brought this to ourselves. They gave George Weah the opportunity and say, okay, we'll make you senator first. The man did not sponsor one bill. But they said the man will come from there and be magical president and change the country. I was like, what's wrong with these people? The key to the president is the past. The past is the key to the president. What the president has done. You get a man political authority. He was a senator. What bill did he sponsor? And he made a man president. And he brought all the people around him. The 16 billion sucker, the president himself commissioned, put a presidential task force together. They indicted the government. Nothing has been done. The Crow report indicted the people. Nothing has been done. Okay, so you want the international community, you want Uncle Sam to just be sitting behind for you guys to suffer the people? No, Uncle Sam is right to get involved here. People are going to say, oh, Ellen Justice Ellie ate the money and they don't come after that darling girl. Okay, why Jawia did not go after Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? That's the question. Because he ate some of the money. He was part of the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration as so-called peace ambassador and then also senator. And so he has no reason to order Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They ate the money. Ellen's son will be dividing money in the street. Charles Sirleaf or one of them. And Jawia said nothing wrong with that. It's okay for them to come to and divide money. And people are meandering in poverty. When you leave Barovia, the other people in the rural area, they are suffering. They are living the animals. And these guys are traveling all over the place with private jets. And we are coming and they put red carpet down, and people are suffering in the country. Uncle saying, go after them. Get them. Get Bill Twaway. You put the man in jail. You take all the property for him. You get Nathaniel McGee. They are fresh. That man. The man who was hungry before, the man just fresh in no time. Man, came to Philadelphia. Oh, we giving Union Liberian Association $100,000. We put that in the budget. The man just saying what about now? Why Liberian Union Liberian? Why you have to put that in the budget for what reason? I thought they told to be seeking resources to be helping the government and say you're struggling, but they're putting people on budget. So, Mr. McGill, you brought this to yourself. When I saw that recent video where the brother was talking about, I was like, what? And the people then stole their money and they took it out of the country. And me, I'm ready for you here. And I said, but brother, it's still not right. It doesn't matter where you build. The fundamental question is the property you are using, the assets, the resources you are using, are the resources yours? That's the question. They are not for you. The resources are for the Liberian people, the whole the poor people. But you divert the resources to your own self. Why you got to get a company and you get a warning contract to yourself? It's a massive corruption. So you go after them. You get the man as a minister of justice. Oh, forget it. When you bribe it, you go. Your case will be thrown out of court. I'm good saying you have to do more. Our people are suffering. 1847, a country with less than 5 million people. The people are suffering. And it bothers me so bad. How greedy these guys can be. How could you be this greedy? And your people, you see the people around you, they sing it to you all day. And it doesn't bother you. They got to sing to you and sing praises to you before you get a little $5. Open the country. Build the roads. How can you build mansion for yourself in less than 3 years? But then when time to build road, they say, oh, to build 1 mile of road, that $1 million. But how you build a house in no time? How? Where are you taking the money from? So we are glad that Uncle Sam is doing something about these people. Our people need justice. They've been suffering. Sano County, forget it. Sonny boy, no, I gotta go sit down. Yes. Your boss man is indicted. Oh, you are part of it too. You are working with this man, and this man is indicted. Was indicted. He was sanctioned. The man, Sonny boy, hand out free. No, the boss man is the man boss man, Bill Twaway. Bill Twaway is the junior for Jawia. And Sonny Boy Noah is Bill Twaway Jr. And his father was indicted, sanctioned by the United States. Sonny Boy Noah is done. The man got to get out of our race. When he goes there, he will not get our seat. He got to account for the 40 horses he built first. He got to get a rotting machine. And people say, yeah, listen, Boy Noah. I saw a little boy around saying, I said, if you want to be great, this is what you do. Listen to me. But they say they don't want to listen to people. They won't follow Bill Twaway. They don't wear big ring and follow how you call him? The other American Liberian guy, Creighton Duncan. They won't follow the man. The man turned about in the past. He said, no, I don't follow Mabutu. I'm going with Charles Clark. Now he turned about on Zarzar and said, I'm going with Creighton Duncan. You can't get money now. Now, yeah, man, Bill Twaway, the secret thing, they're coming out to us now. 2023. We make sure we get a right person for our seat over there. Not somebody who building private houses for themselves. No. And people are suffering. They carry, Toyota Land Cruiser that nobody manufacturing anymore. The Mandiko people are not changing engine, the tire. When the thing starts, the whole community is polluted. That's the environmental hazard, that vehicle that may carry over there. It's not an ambulance. I will say that over and over. Okay, so your alarm and they say, show me your friend, and I will tell who you are. Sonny Boy, boss man, was indicted. He was sanctioned by the United States government. So, by inference, Sonny Boy Noah is also in the corruption. Oh, yes. That the man follow now. Bill Trawe is Dorwea Jr., Bagube Jr. And Sonny Boy is Bill Trawe Jr. So, forget it. They didn't want to sharing the loot, the booty, the been sharing. And then what a guy, he built one house in Pinta, built one in Drawson, built three in Yabata, built all one. I said, when they poor picking here taking all the money from in no time. Now you here built out where they're doing all the deals. They're doing it. The port of Greenville, when you see the play, the guy is running. The place is a whole dilapidated place, like no man land. Nobody, the buildings are all broken down. But they meant to building matches for themselves. Y'all go after there, Uncle Sam. I'm so happy today. We're getting there small. Let me listen to Chris Mayer. He started this.
In Africa, we have a special relationship with Liberia, which was founded by freed American slaves. Unfortunately, President George Weah leads a kleptocratic government that has been engaged in political corruption from the day he assumed office by depleting the government coffers for personal use, while the people of Liberia suffer.
Damn it. Kleptocratic government. When they say kleptocracy is the government of rogues, bunch of thieves. And the man said the man deplete the government coffers. Imagine. Yeah, they were even going to the reserve and all. The men had depleted the cover. They just building and traveling around and all those things. Yeah, so the way it started from. They started with Barney Sherman, and now the president office indicted, the solicitor general indicted. Well, Bagube Jion, Bill Trawe, and his son is now scary now. Alice Sonny Boy now scared too. Because the guy Pape. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's something I want to talk about on Voice of Sayondee. We are making progress. Yeah. America, that's what she's supposed to do to get these corrupt people, because the United States, they say we're not just here to punish people, we want to change people's behavior. Yes, the people's behavior is terrible. It's terrible in that country. When you see Liberia, is human being running their country? No, even to put a stop sign somewhere on the road, the men are not able. Damn it. It's all about putting money in their pocket. You reach to an intersection, you can't go, everybody coming at the same time. No rule. It's what New Hampshire, they got a motto, right? Live free or die. That's what's going on in Liberia. No rule. It's a free land. Anybody can do anything at any time. I'm like, wow. All right, guys, let me go to what I want to talk about here. Again, I'm winding down here for the night. I just had to take this from my chest, but it's overdue. What? Now, let me advise my brother here. A friend advised to Octavious. Is that Octavious? All right. Those of you that can pronounce better, you'll help me later. Octavious B. Gilman. It's a friendly advice to the brother. I am the voice of the elders and the ancestors, the representative of Sayondee County. And Gilman, Octavius Gilman, this young man right here, he is coming into a territory that is not good for him, that is not healthy for him. And so I just been somebody who means well. I follow the young man. He's quite ambitious in doing a little business. That's pretty good. If he running to be the president for the Grand General Association, which I think he will not win, but the territory, he knows the Grand General Association. That's where he's from, so he understands the politics of the Grand General Association. And so it's fine. But when Octavius Gilman leaves Grand General Association and coming into an unknown territory, then I have to come in to advise the brother. All right? I am here to talk to Octavius Gilman, Mr. Gilman, to reconsider his decision. Because I saw this flyer from the Sapo Dancers Association or Sapo Dividers Association in the Americas. The people looked around. They went to all the reputable people in the United States and outside the United States. Those people declined their invitation. They wanted a guest speaker, somebody to speak for them, to speak to them. And the people look at their history. They said, no, you stole the Sapo people money. You broke the community apart. And so they know what this guy did. And so all the renowned and sophisticated and honorable people they contacted to speak to them, those people declined. And then they went to Octavious Gilman. They went to Mr. Gilman, young man who has future to build on or to develop. The man took these guys, their invitation, he accepted it. And I will not allow Gilman to destroy himself. Because accepting to be a spokesperson or the guest speaker, by definition, you are promoting these people. And no, I follow this young man on Facebook. He is robustly against corruption. He's a communist. By communist, I mean he's for Alexander Cummings, so the communists, okay? So the man has been bashing the George Weah government, engaging into corruption, early justice and corruption, and all of those things, right? He cannot be campaigning for the Liberian people, speaking in the interest of the Liberian people. And then you will be a promoter, because if you go to a corrupt organization to speak, you have to get some money. It will not be a rational and sagacious way to spend your money, to give it to people that divided the community. The Support Association should have a lot of projects in Liberia. But because of the activities, the corruption of the guys that he wants to speak to, that's why we are backwards right now. The money we spend to be paying lawyers, that money should have been used for our people, but because the guy refused to listen to people that intervene, the elders of the community intervene in the Sapo land, or according to the Kwa culture, when the elders they speak, nobody can say no. Nobody go, because they are the next people to the ancestors. But the elders intervene in the conflict in the Sapo community. The guys said they would not listen to the elders because the money for them. The president of the Grand Association, Jane Yibote, the organization for which now Gilman is running to be president, the current president intervened. The guy who is the president for the Sapo Dividers Association, or DESA, he refused to listen to Mr. James Yibote. Mr. Green Cordio refused to listen to the superintendent of Grand Accounting, Mr. Kai Fale. So that just simply because they want to divide the community, everybody practically intervened with the exception of the leadership of Sayondee County Association in Americas. Because Mr. Swain and a group, they say, you know what, the Sapo people, they are too united. So it's good for them to be divided. And so they look at, I interview his vice president, the man who was the vice president to him, he had the audacity to say, you know, when the children fight this, so now you can just watch. I would know these people don't have good intention. No. And so Octavious Gilman was extended an invitation by the guys that divided the community. And Gilman is for unity. And so going to Green Court Video Convention to serve as guest speaker, you are damaging yourself, young man. I urge you to decline the invitation. It's not yet too late. I saw this piece on Facebook written by one guy, I think Sikajibo or whatever, and it makes sense. The guy was making sense. All right? The guy made sense. So Gilman must not support this guy's agenda. Maybe Gilman does not know what they have been doing, and that's my job to help. Mr. Gilman, if you go and support Mr. Grinko Dio and a group, number one, you are in support of the division they created within the Sapo. Now, like the author, like the guy I read the piece, it was very insightful. Like Siakolo pointed out in his piece, If Gilman wants to go there and tell Green Coat Geo to dissolve his bogus organization, then it makes sense. Then I will agree with him. That fictitious organization, that unregistered organization, that organization that has no 501c3, is illegal. It's a BM organization. So when Mr. Gilman goes there, by definition, he agrees with the duplicity of the guys. He agrees with the deception, the corruption that is going on within the SAPO community, orchestrated by Green Coat Geo and followers. And so since all the noble people that they contacted, all the great, the honorable people, because these people get integrity. And so when somebody sends you an invite, the first thing you do, your investigation. And so all the people that Green and Group, they contacted to be the spokesperson for them, the people say, no, we're not doing it. We are not going to damage our record and join this guy. And so they have no option but to go with Octavious Gilman. Gilman cannot do this to yourself. I don't know you, I haven't met you before, but I listened to you on Facebook. And I think you say some positive things, especially with your business mind, remain in that area. And support your communist agenda, that's good. But don't bring yourself to the SAPO Association, the community that Green Coat Geo divided. And they're calling you to come bring money. Because when you're a guest speaker, you got to put money in it. Because they know that you're doing your little business and get a little real estate money, so they want to eat some from you. And that's what they do. It's all about dancing. These people, 25+ persons, they went to Liberia. They carried nothing to our people. All they came, when they came by, they brought videos from the hospital, no medication. They looted 7,000 first. They carried. They didn't put one Tylenol in the hospital. They came by after dancing and they can't publish the video. Oh, nothing in the hospital. But say you just took $7,000. We'll give you $10,000 to feed our people, and you ate the money and no accountability up to now. You went on top of that, you took $90,000. And you can't publish video on Facebook. And Michael Gilman wants, I mean, not Michael, but Octavious Gilman wants to put himself in such a mess. No, I will not allow the young man to destroy himself. No. Back away. Let the people, let Green Coat Geo be the guest speaker and the president. Let them find somebody else in our say nobody was willing to accept it and they came to you. You don't know. I will assume you don't know about them. And that's why you accepted the invitation to be the guest speaker. Don't make that mistake. You say on your flyer here, you say right time, right choice. All right. The choice you are making right now is not the right choice. No. The choice, the decision you made to be spokesperson, it's not about people flattering you, they're calling you honorable. No. Know the people that you are going to speak to. Right now, going to Romania, it amounts to you know, doing the war in Liberia, Prince Johnson and bro war. It like you taking side with Prince Johnson and the high looking against the government of the Republic of Liberia. That's how it amounts to what you'll be doing when you go beyond Green Coat Geo. And the game plan, I'm thinking what they are trying to do is to, because Gilman wants to be president of the Grand General Association, and so they will say, oh man, we'll get our vote to you, we'll get our support. But the guys are in the minority. So when you do that, then you put yourself in a serious political quandary. And the way President Maya has already endorsed ESOTERIC, it will be terrible for you. But when you change your strategy, and maybe you say, you know what, I'm not supporting the guy, and there's some of us on the side, we got the voice over here. Then we can say, you know what, let kind of give the young man the opportunity too. Let pull him against ESOTERIC and look at two of their record. And then we can make the right decision. But as is right now, when I see Mr. Octavious B. Gilman speaking at Green Coat Geo Convention, I will start my campaign against him. Yes. We'll make sure we mobilize the people to come to Iowa and vote ESOTERIC. We will do that. Because that means, you see, the Grand General Association is already divided. And you're going with somebody who divided the SAPO Association, but you say you are coming to unite the Grand General Association. No, it's a bad message. You are telling us that you are coming for division. Because obviously when you become president, you are aligned with the rebels. Basically, that's what they are. They are rebels. All right? And so, Gilman, you are coming as a unifier according to you. You say Grand General Association in America first. You say it's first. So Grand General Association in Americas and the Sapo Association, they are sister organization. So put the Sapo Association first, put the Grand General Association first. Don't put a factional group first. No, don't do that. In the nation presidential town hall meeting, Des Moines, that play the going house. I mean, I just took that thing. But you say when you say Grand General first, then you put, because the Sapo and the Grandgerians, they are inseparable. So when Grand General first, then put Sapo first. And not a faction. And not an organization. The president is a cousin to the vice president. The chair lady is the one family, the board chair, the one family, the publicity man, the one family, the financial man, the husband to the family. I mean, like, it's all, come on, brother. Do better than that. You are advocating for justice in Liberia. And I would not allow you to contradict yourself, Gilman. No, don't do that. Be consistent. Leave that factional group. Let the people find their own, one of them be the guest speaker. That's why I'm wanting to you. If you don't want to listen to me, it's totally up to you. Now, let me go to a little bit of SINOE County here before I leave. You know, there's the voice of SINOE. And so I must talk to my people of SINOE County. What is trending right now? You know, election 2023, it will not be easy in SINOE County and in the country as a whole. In the country as a whole. So, we got this new audio where our Senator Milton Teahjay, the man doubled down on his failures and basically exacerbated his rhetoric on tribalism. The man's a pure tribalist because the man has failed. He has nothing to sell to our people. So Milton Teahjay doubled down on his failures, and he thinks he's talking sense to us. When I listen to him, I say, but that man doesn't know what he's doing. So Milton Teahjay, he said he's been in the country for the past 1 month, spreading lies. The man spreading lies all over the place. And I'm here to detect lies, to expose liars. You know, just the same way America is bringing out the corrupt Liberian government officials. I'm here to expose the corrupt SINOE County Senator Milton Teahjay, who wants to be the senator again, but he has nothing to run on but to put our people apart on tribalism, negative tribalism. Now, what's Milton on right now in SINOE County? So now let me give you, I'll just play some clips. You know, too long, so I'll just call it on and give you some of the things he's been saying lately in SINOE County. All right, let's listen to a little bit of Milton Teahjay here. The man is horrible. And he will preach because he was successful 2014 with the tribalism, and he thinks this is going to help him again. No, you're going to try and try and try. You're not going to be successful this time. We want somebody who has done something for our people, who has dreams, and not somebody who will declare guilty for corruption. Nathaniel McGill and they have been indicted by the United States, by the U.S. And I can't wait for U.S. to come to my county senator the way they got Vanny Sherman. Milton Teahjay is one of the corrupt guys in the country. The most corrupt, the man will even declare guilty for corruption. All right? And so Milton Teahjay got to be alert to the list. Even though he can't come to America anyway. So the man ran away from here, he can't come back here. But the man is in the county and just saying lies and selling lies to our people. Look, Milton Teahjay reported to our people. You know, basically when he goes there, he reports, he makes report. Or all the lawmakers, they make report to the people. Milton Teahjay was the senator for SINOE County for 6 years. And that was under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf first started the war and sponsored the war, sent, according to her book, the child would be great. She gave $10,000 to child sitter because she said child sitter are Red Cross men. So she gave $10,000 to child sitter. And Milton Teahjay was the spokesperson for Charles Taylor. And so when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf became president, she couldn't find somebody better to be superintendent for SINOE County. So she said, you know, I want the spokesperson for Charles Taylor because I sponsored the war and they said they kill people. And right now they don't have job. They are bringing, I want Milton Teahjay. The people of SINOE County, they put together, they carry competition to Ellen and say, we don't want Milton Teahjay, you put our people at fault. And Ellen did not listen to the people. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not listen to the people, and they brought Milton Teahjay. For 6 years, Milton Teahjay looted from the people of SINOE County. The GAC report is out there, the LACC report, everything out there. The people of SINOE County, they met at the county sitting. The way they had the 13 sitting at one time. The people of SINOE County, the council met and they said we want 74 projects, including schools, library, recreational facility. I mean, different things in SINOE County. Electrification of the capital city, Greenville. Different projects. The poor 74. I didn't say 2. I did not say 3. I did not say 30. I did not say 40. I did not say 50. I did not say 60. I did not say 65. I said 74 projects the people approved, including the money, everything they give it to Milton Teahjay. They gave the money. They didn't say, oh, the Astra project. No. They finished approving it. Then they gave the money to it. Over $3 million United States dollars. They gave it to Milton Teahjay, including giving scholarship to students. That man went on radio and said, you know what, the children of SINOE County, the students, the county development fund is not meant for scholarship. So children should not be given scholarship. Milton Teahjay went in the county and making report to our people. After serving 6 years as superintendent and almost 9 years as senator, the man reported to us only 42 children get educated under his watch. Only 42. Small, even though we don't know that, right? You only call one person name that you bleeding the man breaking about. But the 42, they give it to Milton Teahjay, assuming that he gave scholarship to 42 students. After 6 years, when you go for a bachelor degree, that 4 years, right? The man was a superintendent for 6 years. In other words, nobody got a degree in 6 years under a watch. As a senator, 9 years. When a master degree, that it will be spread all over the place because master that 1 year or not 2 years, depending on the nature of the program. After, let me do a little math here. Let me do a little math. Let us do a little math here. So we get 6 plus 9. 15 years. Excuse me, guys. After serving 15 years from the county level to the national level, the senator of SINOE County went and reported only 42 students got educated under his watch. Wow. And that is something that he is bragging about. 42 after serving 15 years as a superintendent, the president of the county. I thought Milton Teahjay would have told me 42,000 students. But then they said 42 students. He did not show them to us. Ali showed some of them to us. He only mentioned one name, Hugh Bleedy. And genealogically, if you do the research, Teahjay, Hugh Bleedy is from Campbelltown. And Milton Teahjay, he was raised in Campbelltown. He was raised by the Sapo people. He grew up from Campbelltown up to 40 or 50 years. The people grew, they built this man, they nurtured the man. So he has a root in Campbelltown. And his root is in the lineage of the Bleedy. And so Milton Teahjay is sent his family member to school after serving 6 years as superintendent and now 9 years as senator. He is bragging about a family member he sent to Kigali. That's why he's running on. SINOE County, last year, according to the 2008 census, it has 109,000 human beings. Out of the 909,000, Milton Teahjay said that only you Bleedy alone he sent for master's degree. And only out of the 100 and some more, Milton Teahjay said only 42 people. And you have to understand here the money that Milton Teahjay used to send the children to school is not from his salary. It's not from his pocket. Remember, the man was supposed to build 74 projects, and the man abandoned it and he ate the money, or he directed the money in a personal account. So the 42 students that he's talking about that got degree, there are resources that he stole, that the money he used. He did not use a personal salary. No. If we're supposed to get university in SINOE County, and you ate the money, and you said students should not get scholarship, the county development fund should not be used to get student scholarship, and then you turn around because you want to be senator last minute of time, and you say you give 42 students scholarship, that's our money. You are not doing it during your favor. No, it's not a favor. It is our money that you stole, that you put in your personal account. Just the same way Bill Tuaway and those guys are taking our money and putting it in their personal account. That's what Milton Teahjay, they didn't do us a favor. The senator of a county, when you are a lawmaker, you have the cliche 3 responsibilities. Milton Teahjay did not tell us what he implemented those 3 things: lawmaking, oversight, representation. No. He wouldn't brag about 42 students. Is that your job responsibility? Is that a job of a senator to educate the children? Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. But it is the job of the executive. All right? The Ministry of Education is on the president, the executive. All right? The senator's job is to make sure funding goes to the county. That's why all these various counties, various areas in the country, they get money. Milton Teahjay did not tell us that he advocated for the people of SINOE County to get money to build modern university, modern hospitals, build the roads. No. The man is bragging about the job of the executive. That's what he's bragging about. 42 after 15 years. While his opponent, Mr. Zarzar, we can count the number of students the man gives scholarship that benefited from him. We can count them. They are uncountable. But Milton Teahjay said he stole our money and he gave 42 students scholarship, and so we should re-elect him for that. He didn't tell us what law he made. He didn't tell us what he represented us. He didn't tell us what he advocated for. Nothing. So people are SINOE County. And when you listen to the man, I told you the first one of the broadcasts I did here, the man said, when you don't vote for me, vote for Zarzar. And so he continued that same message in the recent audio. You know what he's saying right now? I'm collaborating with Zarzar. I'm coordinating with Zarzar right now to improve SINOE County. And why is he coordinating with Zarzar? Because Zarzar's record is clean. He's the best. Nothing negative on the man. And so he said, right now, I'm coordinating with Zarzar so that we can get the liars from the county. That's what Milton, the message, I told you the man's a campaign manager for Honorable Zarzar. And that's what Milton Teahjay is saying right now. The man has nothing to sell to our people. Nothing. The man been in the Senate 9 years. And he did not tell one bill he sponsored. One bill that he co-sponsored. He did not tell how much we're putting in the budget for the people of SINOE County. He advocated for us. He did not tell anything. He's talking about 42 students using our county development money, the $3 million that he stole, for which he was declared guilty. And the court in the land is toothless. They said the man should pay $50,000. He didn't pay nothing. All right. And the money he put in here, our county development funds, that's what he used. The man supposed to electrify the city of Greenville. They gave him the money, everything. The man left the county, the city dark. He left the whole place dark. And you're talking about, I know, one of the villages over there, the people voted for him, so he solarized the place. But the capital city of SINOE County, they gave him the money and said, Milton Teahjay, electrify the capital city of SINOE County. The man left the place dark. But he coming to us, for us to re-elect him, for using our county development money that he stole to get at least for the 2 students, for the students to benefit from their own resources. That's what he's breaking about. You're listening to Milton Teahjay Small. Listen to him.
Will be a composite of limited. Some of them will be good. some of them will be loud. Look among all the three of us. Honorable Mami Zarzar, our senior brother, he and I, we are coordinating how to keep our campaign out of the hands of our people. We are very sure that our campaign will not land in the hands of a liar. We are very sure that our campaign will not lay in the hands of somebody who cannot be trusted. We are making sure that we will not put the campaign in the hands of somebody who went on Ghana Street and printed a paper called degree when you're not even in the college. We can't put that campaign in the hands of people like that.
So this is the campaign manager of Honorable Zarzar. Milton Teahjay is a campaign manager of Honorable Zarzar. Milton Teahjay knows there are no flaws on Honorable Zarzar. Honorable Zarzar is one of the trusted lawmakers in the Republic of Liberia, if not the best. And so he said, right now I am coordinating with Mr. Zarzar so that we can take the liars from the county. He didn't say liar, he said liars. And guess what? He is one of them. He is the biggest liar in SINOE County. And some of the people he referred to as liars, he talked to people. Those people were with him before. The shot he took in our audio was Creton Donkey. He was taking the shot at. And Creton Donkey is his student. He taught Creton Donkey how to lie. And so while he taught Creton Donkey that what Creton Donkey is doing now, and he mad. And he said, you know what? The man who cannot lie, Mr. Zarzar, who is not a liar, I am going to coordinate with him so that we can take Creton Donkey and myself from the county, from the power structure of SINOE County. That's what Milton Teahjay is telling you. He's a liar. All the boys around him, all of them, they are liars. Because he has contaminated all of them. You are who you follow, what you read, and what you eat. Milton Teahjay, all the children that follow him, they are all dishonorable. They are a bunch of liars. And so Creton Duncan was infected by the lies because he was on Milton Teahjay. They were buddies before. Everywhere they went, they were together. They were inseparable. So Milton Teahjay is telling me he is collaborating with Mr. Zarzar so they can take Creton Duncan himself from the power structure of SINOE. Listen to him one more time.
Will be a composite of limited. Some of them will be good, some of them will be bad. Look among all the three of us. Honorable Mami Zarzar, our senior brother, he and I, we are coordinating how to keep our campaign out of the hands of our people. We are very sure that our campaign will not land in the hands of a liar. We are very sure that our campaign will not lay in the hands of somebody who cannot be trusted. We are making sure that we will not put the campaign in the hands of somebody who went on Ghana Street and printed a paper called degree when you're not even in the college.
All right, so that's Milton Teahjay there. He is collaborating with Honorable Zarzar to kick himself from the Senate. Because he said, I'm coordinating with Mr. Zarzar to take the bad people from the county. So when you say people, it's not one, it's more than one. So him and Creton Duncan, they are bad. All right? Because Creton Duncan got rich overnight. You can tell us when the people asking how you got rich. Listen to Creton Duncan himself, not me. When they ask you how you get the money, he couldn't explain. Listen to Creton Duncan.
Well, where's your source of income? You get all that money from building lots of projects and getting people loan, market women, and paying the students' tuitions. Where you get all the money from? Because that can be from the legislature.
We are men. The legislatures don't make us. We make the legislatures.
Okay.
So the legislature is a place that requires men to come in and be able to assist the government in areas in which government cannot reach at a certain time.
So here, Creton Duncan, they're asking you a simple question. I mean, you say you build all this skyscraper, you got Gold Diamond Creek and 4-story, 30-story buildings for yourself, and he giving all these people loans to people. The man said, where you got that money from? The man said, we are men. We are men. Sir, the question is not, what is your gender? Are you a male or female? That wasn't the question. Where the man said the source of your income, where you getting all the money from? Credit don't get not tell that. What tell you calling you a liar? Credit said the man is the bad man. And so he is working with Honorable Zarzar so that the people of Sino County will be free of bad people. And that's what Milton Teahjay is telling us now. I told you Milton Teahjay is a campaign manager for Honorable Zarzar. And so he is bashing Milton Teahjay, Creighton Donkey. Creighton Donkey got to get out. Yes. Listen to more. To Milton Teahjay, listen to him.
The leadership you have now in this country, at the Senate level, you will be destroying yourself. Because those who are challenging me have no history of doing anything in this country. No history.
All right, so now, you see the contradiction? He just said he is collaborating with Honorable Zarzar so that they can get the bad people out of the Senate. Okay, why are you coordinating with Mr. Zarzar? Because Zarzar has nothing bad. He's doing a good thing in the county. But then he turned around and said, all the people that are running against me, they have no history in the county. Okay, Mr. Zarzar has no history and you're collaborating with him? Okay, now, when he says history, what he means is that bad history. Mr. Zarzar does not have bad history. So him, Teahjay, he has a bad story, a bad history. So he said, listen to him one more time. I want you to get that straight.
The leadership you have now in this country, at the Senate level, you will be destroying yourself. Because those who are challenging me have no history of doing anything in this country.
So in the Senate, right? The people that are challenging him, they have no history at the level of the Senate, right? He didn't say at the level of the House of Representatives. He said at the level of the Senate, they have no history of doing anything in the county. Meaning, because Mr. Zarzar is not a senator, Creighton Donkey is not a senator, they are representatives. So he said at the level of the Senate, the people, they have no history of doing anything in the county. So that means he is referring to himself and referring to Teahjay, because those are the two senators. They have no track record in the county of doing something good. Now, do they have a history of doing something bad? Yeah, Milton Teahjay has a history of doing bad things. Because he sponsored, the only bill we have on record that he sponsored is the bill to make rape the law of the land. Okay? So that's the record he has in the county or in the Senate. A record. Milton Teahjay won rape bill or rape billable. That's why he did. All right? So the man is selling himself out of the Senate. Okay? Nothing else he's selling.
You have now in this country, at the Senate level, you will be destroying yourself.
In other words, when you put Milton Teahjay there, you'll be destroying yourself because he has done nothing. All right? So don't put Milton Teahjay back in the Senate to destroy yourself. He said at the level of the Senate, those all are there will have no good history at the level of the Senate. So when you put a man there, it's up to you. That means you want to destroy yourself because the man said he been there for 9 years and only thing he showed that for the two students, using the money he stole from us, not his president's salary, and not the $30,000 he put in the budget receiving every fiscal year. No, the money he stole from us, they whopping millions of dollars they got. He can only talk about 42 students, and we don't know their names. Only you bleeding, a family member that the man can break about. The man from Camertown, because Milton Teahjay grew up in Camertown. He will raise the people, the Sabo will raise the man. The only reason Milton Teahjay turned against the Sabo people, he followed John Charles Taylor Rebel. You understand? He was a spokesperson for Charles Taylor, right? He followed John Rebel, Charles Taylor Rebel, and they were going from village to village, killing the Sabo people. And the people got to defend themselves. Nobody will be falling a hand, somebody can't get in your people. So Milton Teahjay follow were going from village to village and killing the Sabo people. And the people say, no, we got to defend ourselves. We can't make a man to come kill our people and burning our village and time we charge to the rebels. And that's how the people defended themselves. In the art of self-defense, that's how he follow, unfortunately, got killed. that the animosity he has against the Sabo people. And that's why the only player he associates himself with the Common Town, because the Common Town people took care of him. He was raised and nurtured by the Sabo people. Now, why Milton Teahjay turned to enemy of the Sabo people? Because he says Sabo people kill your father. No, they did not kill your father. If you come in my house here and you come and harm me and my family, I'm not going to put my hands up. No. And that's why America gave us the Second Amendment right. Okay? So Milton Teahjay in Liberia, his father went from village to village, from town to town, kill people. And he said, why the people defending themselves? And that's why he against us every day in preaching tribalism. The Sabo people this, he doesn't like it. How can you, when you get one Sabo person, your family member, and you're breaking about it, and you get thousands of Sabo people in the county? He has nothing to show. He fighting the people that shouldn't get jobs. When the county Boko district resurface, he just fighting the people 24/7. And he breaking about Hugh Bleedy alone. Okay, get Hugh Bleedy vote and see whether you'll be senator or Sano County. Yeah, and Hugh Bleedy himself is talking against you. He's not supporting you. Why Hugh Bleedy say against Teahjay? What have Teahjay offered to the people of Sano in his 5 years leadership? What are his legacies and benchmarks that can be seen? Does he have the leadership ability to lead or an ability to engage into insults, fight, tribalism, sectionalism, gangsterism? I mean, everything that Hugh Bleedy, the man that Milton Teahjay sent to Kigali, that he's bragging about. This is what Hugh Bleedy is saying about him. Hugh Bleedy did not stop there. He wrote this. This is what Hugh Bleedy wrote. He said, this is the portion I want to read, the first one, the first paragraph. He said, the biggest question we need to ask Elijah Usaa is how Teahjay became statutory district. Milton Teahjay used the tyrannical regime of jailed President Charles G. Taylor to illegally seize land that belongs to the peaceful people of Zarzar. The Teahjay people also illegitimately and maliciously took a greater portion of the Sangon people land, which today gave birth to Teahjay. Okay, that's the man that Milton Teahjay sent to Kigali to go to school. That's why he's saying. He said Milton Teahjay used the tyrannical regime, the rebel regime of Charles Taylor to take the people land, to create Teahjay kingdom. That's the man he pressing. So Milton Teahjay pressing Hugh Bleedy. He using the man as a campaign tool, but Hugh Bleedy is saying something different, opposite to what he's saying. So it's up to you. Hugh Bleedy will come and say something different. Today you will say, yes, what Hugh Bleedy wrote again, the same man. Senator Teahjay to bring in 500 solar panels to the people, but the peace-loving people of Sano County as a means of providing electricity to many towns and villages. He wrote there 2019, up to now, one light bulb. The solar panel, the people can see it. They lie to the people. And now what Milton Teahjay himself was saying, we got to get the liars from the county. They lies because he himself has infested the children with lies. So they go around and lie to our people 24/7. All right. So Milton Teahjay has no kids. He hasn't said anything. So the man is doubling down on his own lies, or on his own failure. Listen to what he's saying.
We are traveling a very difficult road. Our elders are having difficulties putting systems in the heads of some of our young people. And perhaps the young people, some of them don't understand what's happening.
No, something he said in that audio, right? He said our elders are finding it, they're having difficulties putting census. I don't know what is his census, but anyway. He said they're having the elders, because the men at Teahjay man, right? That Teahjay thinks about whole day. So that the same Teahjay that Hugh Bleedy said he stole the people land to create it. Because in a real democratic setting right now, Milton Teahjay cannot create a district, you know. So under Taylor, when the country was under chaos, he and Taylor, they were terrorizing the people. That's when he created the Teahjay kingdom, or Teahjay start. So he went to the Teahjay people. I'll play that video again. Listen to the video. Listen.
The Teahjay people. We are traveling a very difficult road. Our elders are having difficulties heads of some of our young people.
The elders are they are finding difficulties putting senses in the heads of the young people. Why the elders are finding it difficult educating the children not to vote for, because the elders, they are trying to convince the young people to vote for Milton Teahjay, but the children are not agreeing. They are not finding a reason. They are not getting sufficient reason from the elders why they should support Milton Teahjay. So the people are finding it difficult. The elders are finding it difficult to convince the young people why they should vote for Milton Teahjay, because Milton Teahjay has no good legacy. So the young people are finding, the elders are struggling to convince the young people that they should vote for Teahjay. And the people are saying, no, we don't see the reason. Let me tell you one of the reasons why the young people, the elders are finding it difficult to convince the young people to vote. They are talking about Teahjay, where the man is from. If the elders are finding it difficult to convince the people in Teahjay town, his kingdom, where can they convince people? The children from Teahjay, all right? From Teahjay, the elders are finding it difficult to convince them to vote for Teahjay. So Teahjay is a serious problem. So you know why they are finding it difficult? Here is why. The communication right here. Teahjay instructed the superintendent of the Teahjay statutory district, or name is Annie Public. The young children that are on payroll, that are working, they did nothing wrong. Milton Teahjay instructed Annie Public to take 46 of them from payroll. And that's why the elders are finding it difficult to convince the people, the young children, to vote for Teahjay, to campaign for Teahjay. Here is the communication. It was written July 18, 2019. Teahjay bringing Senator where? He won the election he ran 2014, and he took office 2015, right? So 2019, the man is fighting our children. He wrote Mobadu Johnson, Deputy Minister for Administration, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Minister Johnson, we extend our compliments, and which, he said, we, right, that him and Annie Public, they are extending their compliment to take children food from people's mouth. So they say, we extend our compliments and wish to forward for your kind consideration, instead of saying for your diabolical consideration, for your evil consideration, for your nefarious consideration. And say kind. You are taking food, the guys are taking food from children's mouth, from people's mouth. They are taking children from school, parents from school. And he said, for your kind consideration, that is kind. When you are taking people from payroll, that is kind. We extend our compliments and wish to forward for your kind consideration the attached list of 46 civil servants from the district that are needed to be replaced. The Milton Teahjay instructed Annie Public, and they wrote, they say we, they started with the pronoun we, that two of them writing. All right. As you will note, the attached contains both those to be replaced along with the names of individuals that are to replace them. It is my ardent hope that you will kindly grant this request, which is necessary for the smooth and effective running of my district. Kind regards, sincerely yours, Annie Public, Superintendent. This is the record of Milton Teahjay, and that's why the elders are finding it difficult to convince the children to vote for Teahjay. That's why they're finding it difficult to convince the children to vote for Teahjay. Teahjay is different. It's dangerous to the children. He's taking children for scholarship. He is saying children should not, the county development fund should not be used to get scholarship to our children. And on top of that, he's taking them from payroll. He's replacing them without any reason. The children did nothing. And they say they must replace them. And that's why the elders are finding it difficult to convince the children in Teahjay. And the Teahjay, you have to understand, Teahjay campaigned for Kolo in the last election, 2017. And in Teahjay, Zarzar beat Kolo, Teahjay candidate. All right? And so now the elders are finding it difficult to convince the young people, because the young people, they are not seeing any reason why they should vote for Teahjay. No reason. For the 6 of them, they're taking them from payroll. From payroll. They did nothing wrong. They are doing their jobs. Teahjay said, you all take them from there. All right. That's the record of the man. Let me play the last video, then I'll be out for the night.
Everybody is saying, oh, anyone you don't kill. And then you are here on money yourself. Said by the 48th century. Said by our traditional community. Respect the good elders. Because the time will come that we will speak with one voice. And that voice should be the voice that will follow. Don't forget, I have always admitted that I made a mistake, but I'm not Jesus Christ. Politicians can make mistakes. I remember in 2017, I had the hands of two gentlemen.
All right, so now he was batching the little children, right? Then he caught himself. The man said the elders are undermining them, or the children are undermining themselves, because if they don't support him, they will be undermining themselves. Because you have to understand, Teahjay goal is about Teahjay. It's not about Sino counter or support. So he said the most diabolical thing you can do is to take political power from yourself. It's about power. Teahjay wants to remain in power. That's all. He is not talking about Sino county as a whole. He was in Teahjay and telling the Teahjay people, you wanted power from your son? You wanted power for your own brother? In other words, that's what he was saying. And the elders are trying to convince the children, and they can't make it. And so he said, time will come. The crew for the 8th session. Then he called himself, understanding that historically he disobeyed for the 8th session before. So he tried to, because that the same people that brought him to power. And in 2017, these same people got together to say, we want Jefferson Camo and we want Macaulay Usaa to represent us. Milton Teahjay said, you know what, to hell with you, the elders, or for the 8th session, I don't get time for you. And so he brought Nambeslo and brought the Creighton Donkey. Okay. Well, the people voted for a candidates. The Creighton Donkey now is, I'll play that intro, you can hear it, the Creighton Donkey now biting him. And for Nambeslo, he gonna kill him. You know. So Nambeslo, you're not worried about him. But Creighton Donkey biting him right now. And so he wants the young people to obey the elders that he disobeyed. Well, if you are doing something good and you say, okay, the elders, the children should listen to the elders, but you are harmful to the children. You're on radio and telling them they should not get scholarship. The county development fund should not be used to get the children scholarship. You are taking them from payroll for the 6 of them. But you said time will come. The elder will speak with one voice and you will be forced. No, democracy is not about force. You have 9 years and you can't show anything. And so appeal to fear will not help Teahjay. Listen to it.
Everybody is saying, oh, anyone you don't kill. And then you are here on money yourself. Said by the 48th century. Said by our traditional community. Respect the good elders. Because the time will come that we will speak with one voice. And that voice should be the voice that will follow. Don't forget, I have always admitted that I made a mistake, but I'm not Jesus Christ. Politicians can make mistakes. I remember in 2017, I had the hands of two gentlemen. The late Nambeslo and Creighton Donkey. And I said, well, come and join me to build our county. One person cannot build the county. If you come to join me, we'll build our county. And recently, I took the two of them to Kakeko. I left them talking there in the right hand. I left them not in the right hand, in the left hand. And the group told me, Teahjay, what you are told to do, that's what we do. If you want to get back on your own song, you want to come up. And on their own father, my colleague gets one. And he left the two of them. Later, they all know that I was wearing my own weapons back in the bush. And today, as we speak, the development agenda of the country is on
so Milton Teahjay is attacking Creighton Duncan seriously over there. Even though he started with tribalism, you know, that all he can appeal to, he got nothing to sell to our people. That man spoke for over 30 minutes and he could not sell, he couldn't tell us with the bill he sponsored, what sort of representation he's making, I mean, what sort of oversight he's providing. He couldn't tell that all he was doing is attacking Creighton Duncan. How Creighton Duncan in Lexington, no role, all right? But meanwhile, he was a superintendent when Creighton Duncan was not in Senate. Honor Ellen Justice said they gave all the money to build the roads, everything. They get our brother money to buy yellow machine. The man bought the decrepit old machine that don't work. The same day, Milton Teahjay carried them in the county, they broke down. They've been parking where the Milton Teahjay brought them. But he pointed the finger at Creighton Duncan, he built road in his own town. Creighton Duncan claims that he got money, but he can't build the roads. But Creighton Duncan wasn't a superintendent. Milton Teahjay, was a superintendent. And they were dancing in the morning. All right? That's what they were doing. And so right now, he is trying to bully the young people of Taiwan. Even though the elders are having it, they're getting serious difficulty convincing the young people right now. And so he appealed to the 48th session of tribalism now, and the man can't make it. He has no message to sell to our people. He can't run on his legacy for the past 9 years. So right now, the crew for the 8th session, are we the Taiwan people? That's why he on right now. Nothing. He has nothing to sell convincingly on his record. On his track, Milton Teahjay, I challenge Milton Teahjay to run on his record. He can't do it. So it's tribalism right now. The crew for the 8th session. And you know, and they approve. The crew for the 8th session said they wanted Jefferson Camo, they wanted Macaulay Young, and I said no. You know, but now you the young people obey the elders. I disobey them, but you must obey them. And no, I will call on the young people of Sayondee County, Taiwan, wherever you are. Your future is at stake. Don't listen to Milton Teahjay lies. Appealing to the elders so that you can listen to the elders, even though the elders are not campaigning for you to vote for him. No, it's a lie. Milton Teahjay is the father of lies, the lies that he accusing Creighton Duncan of. The lies that he bleeding and telling, he was the one that taught them. Okay? And so don't listen to a liar. The father of liar, or the liars inside the county is Milton Teahjay. All right? And so nobody should listen to that man. Your future, Milton Teahjay is an old man. He is done already. He helped Charter to destroy the country, and he had the opportunity to change our county as superintendent, and he left the play dark. And he was indicted, taken to court, and declared guilty. He still wants to remain in power without showing anything to us, and he appealing to the elders for you to listen. No, don't listen to what he's telling you. The elders are not benefiting from Milton Teahjay. He is harming our women, and that's why he wants rape to be the law of the land. You follow your conscience. Follow the person with the right trial record, and not somebody who has killing murderer, who is a spokesperson for child stealer. No, that's not the man you want. That's not the man who will declare guilty for corruption, for stealing your county resources. The man who left your county dark. The man who asking unemployment to take for the sake of you for payroll. He's not the right person, no matter what the elders say. Go with your conscience. Because the decision you made, the elders, they are gone already. It's you. When you make that mistake and you put Milton Teahjay there for another 9 years, you are done. The man already taking you from payroll. The man already telling you you shouldn't give the young people scholarship. The county development fund should not be used for scholarship. When you point in there, that your own future you are destroying. Milton doesn't. After 9 years, when they make your own talk about 42 students, he does not care for you. He does not. While on the Zarzar is talking about thousands of students, the man cannot sponsor a bill for us to have a university, the community college that Mr. Zarzar established, for us to extend it to a university. And the man is telling you about, you're talking about you bleeding. One man getting master's degree. Milton Teahjay is not for you. I would say this over and over. You, the young people, when you want to remain in poverty, when you want to remain ignorant, imagine a man been there for 15 years, right? 6 years as a superintendent and 9 years as a senator. And the man, we're talking about 42 students. When you before you get 100 students, or let's just say 200 students, Milton Teahjay will be about, maybe he will be in the Senate maybe for like 70 to 80 years before you will get 200 students to be educated. Because after 9 years, when the man can only talk about 42, the man is not working. He is not working for you. He is not helping our people. He is no help to Sano County, and it is time for us to get that man out. That tribalism he preaching, appealing for the A session to tell young people, that is not the message for a politician that means well for you. He should run on his record by now. Teahjay should be talking about what he did as a superintendent and what he did as a senator, and not to be appealing for the A session. That tribalism will not happen. He disobeyed the people. He was very rude to the people, and he took Macaulay from there, and he took Camo from there. And at the same people, now he backing to campo in there again so that he can further divide our county. You don't want Teahjay. I will say this over and over.
Destroy the unity of the group. It's a fight to break you down and reduce you to zero.
It's all about tribalism. Nothing he brings to the table, nothing he can tell us convincing. It's about destroying group people for the A session because he has nothing to market to us. Nothing. For 9 years, that man can't show us one bill. He went there the other time, he complained about Nambwe's law, black a bill. He brought Nambwe's law, he brought Clayton Duncan, and he said the same people, they black a bill. People are saying, why you need this man? He keeps telling you that I blunder. And you want to listen to him? No, it's not for you. And then when he's finished saying all those things, all of them, they praise Zarzar. Listen to him.
Representative from constituency number 3 in SINOE, Honorable Zarzar. Before Zarzar became a representative, there was no high school outside of Greenville. And through his work, we have a high school in Zarzar. Am I hearing those? And I want to thank him for such a brilliant piece of work in our county.
Right? So that's him, Milton Teahjay praising Zarzar. All right, what did his other disciples say? Kolo.
You need to do, or what has he done that you need to add upon?
Like I said, where he stopped to pick up from there.
Yeah, what are some of the things you feel that you could add upon?
Telling us right. There are a lot of things that he did. You care things he's still doing.
You care to name some?
Well, first of all, it was Honorable Zarzar that elevated the school after my school, because my school is the first high school ever. Then he came here and elevated the Zarzar Central High to a senior high, and he also have a school built in Kubadi, and some other things that he did in some part of the district.
And I will leave it because
All right, so all the people that are against Zarzar, they can't say anything negative about him. Let's see the other one. He was with Zarzar and he defected and went to Teahjay. Hearing what he said Zarzar helped him to do. All right.
12, 13, 14. I was the chief of office staff in the office of Honorable Representative Matthew G. Zarzar. And my function was to serve as a personal liaison to the Honorable Representative's office. But the opportunity I had while I was in the office of Honorable Matthew Zarzar was to be contacted, to be contracted, to be asked by the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker J. Ellis Tyler, to participate in the drafting of the budget of the lower house. And I participated. Reverend Sayondee, who was the chief player, and attest to that, I participated in the drafting of the budget. And
so ladies and gentlemen, you see, this young man, Otello Nambwe, he ran twice to be a senator. He ran first to be senator, the Behan. He ran to be representative Behan. A third time can be running out. He was with Mr. Zarzar before. Mr. Zarzar was grooming this young man. All right. So what Mr. Zarzar was doing, you heard what he said? That's what a good leader does. You train your students or your follower to grow and do big. So when he was in the office of Honorable Zarzar trained him. And so when it was time to prepare the national budget, Mr. Zarzar said, I will send you so you can work on, so you can see how we can do the work. That's good leadership right there. The man made him, so he said, when I was in the office of the man, I was contacted by the Speaker of the House to come and participate to write the country budget. Mr. Zarzar was nurturing that young man to be your leader in the country. But the man called John Teahjay. All right. So they don't say anything negative about this man. Mr. Zarzar is the man that we need. He sent our young man to school up to master level. And he was building him. He said, you know what? So he can know how we can prepare budget. I'm on the financial committee, but I will send you there so you can participate, send you my chief of staff. And I've been training you so he can do hands-on. And so that why he's running on right now, what Mr. Zarzar nurtured him to do, that why he's doing that, that why he's running that message. So all the people that been around Mr. Zarzar, they can't say anything negative about him. He's a good man. And that's what we need. We need somebody that will empower our young people. That's what we need. Now some Milton Teahjay, they will go secret places and they don't want the children to have access. A leader is the one that exposes the student to things that he does. So Mr. Zarzar on budget committee is a finance man. He said, you know what, I have trained Othello Kojo. And so for the next fiscal year, young man, you will go there for me. Because I trust you, I have nurtured you enough. They will not say that thing about Milton Teahjay. That cousin. He taught the children to lie, to insult people. All right? Listen to what he come and say about himself.
This man you send to the Senate, you send a giant, you send a leopard, you send an elephant, but I'm not sure.
Look, the man sent, he's telling the man you sent to the Senate, you send a lion, you send a giant, you send an elephant. Is that those are the qualities of a lawmaker? No. A lawmaker is not supposed to be a lion. It's not supposed to be an elephant or a giant. No. A lawmaker makes law. He brings idea and help the country to develop, to become a good country. And a giant does not belong in the Capitol building. That's not the employment site of a giant. A giant is for fighting. If you want to do boxing, then you call a giant. That's what Milton Teahjay is supposed to go. An elephant does not belong in a Capitol building. An elephant belongs in the Sapo National Park. A lion does not belong in the Capitol building. It belongs in the Sapo National Park. So Milton Teahjay is a lion. He's supposed to go in the Sapo National Park. He's an elephant, endangered species. They got to be the elephant and the lion. They belong in the Sapo National Park or in a zoo. The man is not a lawmaker. He's not telling us what a lawmaker should be or what a lawmaker is. Okay? So the man's telling you all the negative thing about himself. Listen to him again.
Remember, we are now where we are today because of love. We suffered to come this place. We worked hard to come this place. No jail in the Republic of Liberia I've never gone to. I've been to almost every jail you can imagine. Starting from police cells. The only reason they don't read Yara was because Dr. Amos Sawyer, as interim president of our country, he abandoned, he discarded Yara. But I've been to Central Prison, I've been to Post Stockade, I've been to every police cell during the military government, and I am staying.
He went to jail, not for good things. He went to Bella Yala. He didn't go to Bella Yala because Dr. Sawyer closed the place down. But he had gone to police cell. He had gone to all the prison you're talking about. The man's a terrible man for stealing, for doing bad things, for corruption. He been to all the prison. Is that the man you want? Listen to him again.
When I was I already fought the battle for the Sano people. When I was I already fought the battle for the Sano people.
Okay, now numbers law, he brought a man to us. He just told us he held a man's hand and carried numbers law in the left and carried Clinton donkey in the right and carried the people to the people of Sayondee County. And then at the end of the day, he prayed to his God and God killed numbers law. Okay, that's the record. Teahjay giving us his record, what he has done in Sayondee County. He has no good record. He bragging about killing another citizen of the county. He prayed to his God and his God killed numbers law. The God for a battle. That's what he said. Listen to him.
Mr. Zarzar and I shared workplace at the Ministry of Finance. He was there as Deputy Director of the DGA. I was there in some clerical position. In 1980, he was just getting his bachelor's degree. Then
all right, so now you see, every time he talks about Zarzar, he doesn't say anything negative. In the 80s, Zarzar had just gotten a bachelor's degree. He was the director of the BDA, or whatever that called, director of budget something, right? Zarzar was a director, and he was in some clerical position. He was an administrative corporate janitor, in other words, how we call it. So they are not on the same level. He has nothing negative about Zarzar. I mean, you will see people playing video out there when he calls Zarzar, and because Zarzar audited him when you were superintendent, which is within his job responsibility as a lawmaker to provide oversight. And so the resources he advocated for as a lawmaker, as a representative, the senator to the county, when Milton was the superintendent, he has to account for it. And so he couldn't account for it, and that's how he was taken to court. Mr. Zarzar made a report, and the GSC audited him, and that's how he was taken to court and declared guilty. So Zarzar is what we need. The man is representing, he's doing what a lawmaker is supposed to do. Listen to what Teahjay coming to say again.
now I'll tell you this, I am not an angel. Now I'll tell you this, I am not an angel. Now I'll tell you this, I am not an angel.
Now, the man is telling you all these things. I am an elephant. I am a bassa. I am a lion. I am not an angel. I'm a Satan. The man telling you all these things. Why would you want to make this man your lawmaker again? It's coming from himself. He giving himself, he been to all the jail for the wrong things. And he said, I am not an angel. What is the opposite of an angel? A devil. He's an evil man. He's telling you all these things. Why would you want to put Milton Teahjay back in the Senate when he can't show you anything? Listen to him again. All right? He's telling you corruption, but I get it. I can't deny it. I'm a corrupt man. If the man say I'm not an angel, what is he? He's a corrupt man. It's clear. Do I have to explain this thing to any of you? Listen to the man now. He coming campaign against people getting jobs inside. Listen to him.
Now he went and constructed a district that has no history in the library of the lower house. He went and brought a district that has no history in the library of the Senate. Nobody knows where he came from. He went to the World Trade Center on Keller Street, prepare an act and brought it and called it a district. How can that be possible? Oh, you have to ask Zarzar. Don't ask me because I didn't bring that act. I didn't create SINOE. But based on consultation with many stakeholders, we decided we accommodated. But then we were.
So that's the criminal. The legitimate district that was created in Sayondee because of tribalism. He said the single people should not get district. They should not get job. No. It's a Booker district. It has no history in the archive of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And later on, he said, you know what? We'll accommodate it. Okay. When it's something is legitimate, illegitimate, why accommodate it? The man told you, I'm not an angel. And so he will do all the clandestine stuff. He's a terrible man. And somebody will go campaign for Milton Teahjay and telling the man on record telling you all these things.
Zarzar will not go and bring Booker's instruments here until you can choke them down in the throats of people. Are you
That single district, this Wakaba and single, he was running campaign against. You call in the Boca district. That's how shop in your throat. Right now, tell you can't breathe because the people when they pass through, and the people are working now. So Boca district choking Teahjay. So anything this guy has done, he hasn't succeeded in anything. I mean, we can go on and on. Yet, what did Chia say about Zarzar? Let's ask Chia.
Calling Honorable Matthew G. Zarzar for saying no to tribalism. So, for saying
okay, that Chia saying I want, not me.
Calling Honorable Matthew G. Zarzar for saying no to tribalism. So, for saying.
All right. So all of them, nobody can say something negative about Zarzar. Augustine Chia is saying Zarzar is against tribalism. Okay, for saying no to tribalism. Why Teahjay is he wants to be senator based on tribalism? Come on, people. Look at Teahjay. I mean, his own boy that he brought, Creighton Donkey attacking him. Listen.
Who disturb the peace of our people. He behaves as if to say SINOE County is his. And he's of no relevance. Gone are those days where you just talk big mouth and people follow. Now, politics in the county changing. Nothing he does for our people, nothing at all for the past 8 years. Nothing. Even when he was 5 years of being superintendent, nothing. Just big mouth and speaking crew.
All right. So that the man said, hell, the man held this all the man held it outside. The man said, all Milton Teahjay does is, may be more and speak crude. Now, why he has no, he is of no relevance to SINOE County, no relevance whatsoever. Teahjay brings nothing to the table. His own followers, now they don't want saying Hugh Bleedy will say, Creighton Donkey will say, nobody says something about positive about this man. All right. So why would somebody waste your time and vote for Teahjay? The man is done. It's done. And Creighton Donkey said, "Get tell us where you guys reach it."
Well, what's your source of income? You get all that money's from building lots of projects and getting people loan market women and paying the students tuitions. Where you get all the money from? Because that can be from the legislature.
So, we are men. The legislatures don't make us. We make the legislatures.
Okay.
So the legislature is a place that requires men to come in and be able to assist the government in areas in which government cannot reach at a certain time. We know what we are going through as a government. We know the constraint that the executive is going through. So we can't sit back and cross our legs. Coming into government is not to really come in to get money out of it.
Okay.
You should be able to come to contribute, to enhance, to be able to help. And this.
All right, so that Creighton Donkey for you. The man can tell us where he got his money from. He can tell the source, but he's a man. All right, guys. I just try to educate our people to make the right decision come 2023. If you don't want to listen to me, it's up to you. Let me look at some of the comments here. And I'm off for the day, watching from Sunshine State. All right. It was a beautiful program indeed. Congratulations. Speak, that's how I put it, esoteric. Congratulations to the USA best convention ever. The Queen was following. Shameless people. I hope they all go to jail. Liberian people need to stop electing criminals. All right, Liberians talk all day and they won't do nothing. That's why these criminals feel emboldened. Yeah, that's it. All right, so these are the comments. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for following Voices SINOE in the diaspora. I know it's a long show, but because I've been away for a while, but join us again this Monday. This time we'll be on time. We have other things that came in, and that's why we came to you late today. But join us Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern for another brand new edition of Voices SINOE. And enjoy the rest of your night.